Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike T-Roy here. How are you, buddy?
Hey, pal.
You doing all right?
All right for a Monday, I suppose.
Yeah. Feeling all right. Not too banged up.
It's a bit of a weekend, but I feel pretty good, all things considered.
I was going to say the same thing. All things considered.
Yeah. Came out relatively unscathed.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm mildly disappointed in myself, I'll be honest.
Why is that?
Well, I had a couple cocktails, and I've really, done a good job of not, I've just kind of stayed away from alcohol, period.
Sure.
But then I felt a little better because Newberg looks great. You know what I mean? Like, he's slimmed down, and he's one of those dudes that just kind of, when he gets his mind on something, he's like super focused on it.
Absolutely.
He's been like that with music, with comedy, lifestyle choices, all that stuff. But he just went ham last night. Fucking Hat went and got a pizza, and we had ranch from Buddies and Buddies, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have a piece." Dude, I swear to God, no judgment at all.
He ate the whole thing.
I think he ate the whole thing.
He did.
Yeah.
I didn't have one.
No?
Michelle didn't get one.
I did have one, and
Oh,
Hat
good for you.
had one.
Oh, good for you guys.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You're welcome.
Sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
But yeah, he made 10 laps back and forth, and then every time he had another piece on the plate, I was like, good for him. Let him go.
There
Have
was
fun.
one, Michelle was sleeping. There was one left. And he was like, and I'm like, you're not going to leave it for Michelle? Like, no. And I'm like, well, I got this other pizza I can bake, and we'll tell her it's Buddies. It's barbecue chicken square leg pizza.
It was good, too.
We can tell her it's Buddies. But then she came down in the middle of it as him grabbing the last piece, and you should have seen the look on her face.
Was she
She was like, "Is that's the last piece?" He was like, "Uh-huh." I was like, you got balls, man. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
It's so funny having them around. They're still here now. But it's just a different, like, artists' worlds are just so different.
Oh, yeah.
They're gentle souls, but the need to perform is constant.
Yes.
It just is. Michelle's
on.
dancing around the pool. She's doing karaoke. I didn't know living room karaoke was a thing. Like, I know people buy machines and microphones. I didn't know YouTube karaoke was a thing where you just put on a karaoke song and just sing your ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her and Hat were doing that last night.
So was there no? I saw there was a microphone and stuff. Was that at least not plugged in or anything?
It was not plugged in.
Just a prop.
It was a prop that I brought up. I was like, okay, if you guys are going this hard in the paint, singing along, here's a mic stand and a microphone to play along with, because you're pretend singing to a crowd, I guess. So I brought that up, and it was used.
When Chris went up, did he unplug theirs and plug his in?
No, he did not use the microphone, but. It's just funny. Chris is constantly on his computer, and like, is this funny? Is this funny? And it's like, you don't stop, do you? You're just writing jokes all the time.
Yeah, that's your business. That's your business.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see.
Sure.
I imagine apartment complexes all over Hollywood are just like that. That's just the way.
Basically, probably, yeah.
I guess it's no different, but I zone out in my world. I don't want anyone to talk to me. I don't want anyone to know what stories I'm reading before the show. I never tell you in advance.
Correct.
You've never written a joke for me, and I've never written a joke for you. It's just the way it is. I know that's just a common thing, and I was talking to Chris about it earlier. I'm like, dude, the idea of writing a joke for Troy and being like, here, deliver this, like, or having a teleprompter, and like part of Troy's job behind the scenes is to wake up in the morning and write 10 jokes for the 10 stories we might get to today. It's like, no.
If I say this, then you come back
say
with this.
It just feels so fraudulent to me. And now I get it. If you're,
Well, that's just, he writes jokes for people.
right.
That's what he does.
I totally understand that. And there's let me clarify, because there's a giant difference between trying to put on a television show, like if you're doing an award show, which a lot of these guys write for, or a roast, where it's like someone's coming in and it's like, you know what, I'm on tour, I'm all over, but yeah, I'll fly in for one day. Can you have some of the writers prepare some shit? I'm not going to do research on this clown. And blah, blah, blah. And then they'll come in and punch it up, use some of them, not use some. I get that. You're producing a television show. Newberg's writing for the Grammys. And it's like, you've got Eddie Vedder going up there. Like, Eddie Vedder's not a joke writer. So he wants to go up there and deliver a witty speech. and have some
Have a little one-liner to deliver, exactly.
Fine. But the idea, you don't even realize how many podcasts you probably listen to out there, and we don't need to name names, that literally every day they have people writing their funniness for them. And it's like, it's so foreign to me. I just can't imagine. I'd feel just dirty, gross for some reason. Like if someone
becomes
told
a script at that point.
Yeah,
script.
It's just it's so odd to me. Like I don't know, being a comic would be hard. Like going and perfecting a craft like that would be really difficult for me because once I've said it, it's hard for me to say it again.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do that. No. Other people already heard me say that. Why would I want to go up there and say it again?
Well, it doesn't apply to your stories.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I can repeat stories, but I will always say, and I can't help this either. Right. I can't help it's a crutch. It's a crutch of mine. I'll go, as I've said before, I will usually lay that out in front of it. Like I understand. I'm not trying to pull wool here. I'm not trying to trick you in case you missed it the first time. It's like, nah, I'm going to retell this.
Not everybody heard it the first time.
That's very true. In fact, probably a lot of people didn't hear it the first time. Still, in my mind, I can't do it.
Got to at least preface it with that.
It's crazy, but it's kind of wild having those two around and seeing them in their corners, separate corners of the house, and doing their own thing, and
that's how shit gets done.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to see. So anyway, it's been a whirlwind.
Yeah, it was a fun weekend. Very fun.
Yeah, it was. We had a lot of fun Thursday night going out, and Chris performed, and it was nice seeing some people I haven't seen in a while, that listeners that were at the show. And then we went out, and of course went to the piano bar in Royal Oak because Michelle Dion needs live music. Chris needs live music, and we're like the only ones in there. And then upstairs there's karaoke, and so it's like immediately drawn to the stage, and they just can't. They get up there like absolute pros, dancing, fucking singing, playing to the crowd, playing to cameras. They're hoping people are filming. Right. It's just wild. And I'm like, nope. No. They're like, you're next. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
They couldn't get me to do it in my own living room. I'm like, nah, there might be a neighbor across the street with binoculars and I'll look like a fool to them. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So, it's the way the other half lives, pal.
I'm glad I slept through that.
Yes.
I shut it down early last night.
You can thank Hat for that. She closed the door. She closed the French doors. Was like, this is going to be a problem.
Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah. So, it was good all the way around. Anyways, quite a weekend around here. I mean, we had football start.
Boy, did we.
Yeah.
Boy, did we.
Representing.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm nervous about my Niners. I'll be honest with you. Trey Lance is a fraud. I'm sorry. He just is. Period. End of story. There, I said it.
We've known that all along.
You can email me and call me a racist all you want. I don't care. If you think I really think like the color of my quarterback matters on any level, you're an asshole and an idiot. So I don't care what you think.
Sure.
He sucks a dick on the field. I'm sorry. I've seen it in preseason. He just needs time. Yeah, so did Brock Purdy. We saw what Brock Purdy did when given an opportunity. We saw what Tom Brady did when given an opportunity with Bledsoe there, the first $100 million player in the NFL on the roster. And they went, yeah, fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're done with you.
6th-round pick from Michigan. We'll take him, and we're going to see where this goes. I'm not saying Brock Purdy is in any way Tom Brady, but I've seen enough. I've seen enough of Trey Lance. His stat line looks good. 10 of 15, 112 yards, and it's a fuck off. If you watch that game, you know exactly what the problem is.
How do you feel about Darnold?
I think the 4th stringer, the kid from, I believe is from the Bengals. I think he was Burrow's backup.
Okay.
Looked better. And, I know, save it. Go to get 4 stringers. Whatever. You can play or you can't play when given an opportunity.
Yeah.
I think that kid's probably your number 2. And Lance is going to end up on a trade heap somewhere.
Who's going to trade
just
for him?
cut. It doesn't make sense to cut a guy like that when you've got 1st-round capital into it. The penalty is too harsh to cut a guy like that.
You gave him guaranteed money.
Yeah. So that hit is too big against your cap all at once. So you can't do that. So they'll hang on to him. They'll give him preseason snaps, and then hope to God you don't have to use him. Period.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Our Lions played. Our Lions won.
Yeah, they signed Bridgewater.
Yes.
Which
I look forward to seeing him.
Shored up that backup quarterback position.
You know what? At this point, all you're doing, and Newberg was betting on these games all the time. Hilarious.
He's doing well, actually. He won every one that I saw.
He lost the baseball bet.
No, he didn't.
He lost two of the parlays. Because the Mets and the Braves.
Oh, Braves had to win outright.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was
or Mets had to win outright, and whoever it was lost. So he lost that parlay, but then he did individual bets the same, and he won the over on that. I think it was 9.5, which I think was crazy. And they, last I saw, they were at 10. So at this point, though, you're the only thing you're rooting for if you're a fan. You're rooting for logos.
Yeah,
that's it. You're not going to see half these guys in an actual game. It's just nice to see people putting on the pads and the helmet logo and going out there and balling out.
Yep.
And we had some kids look really good for the Lions. I was excited to see that. It's really sloppy, shitty, boring football, though.
Always is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, generally. Right.
It's perfect because you've had all these months off and you're just like so desperate for NFL football. But can they just lose the preseason altogether? I mean, just do it like college football. They don't have I mean, I guess the preseason is just a
but you don't have
schedule.
You don't have shit teams that you can schedule for your non-conference schedule like the schools in college do.
That's true.
And you got to have some live action. Now it's become a lot more popular, and Lions have done it this last week and again this week. I might be doing it with Carolina too. But the joint practices. That's something that's really become more and more popular.
Huge
over the last few weeks, and they're doing it more now.
Over the last few years,
I'm sorry. They're doing it now more because they lost the that extra game.
Yeah.
So now it's down to 3 preseason games instead of 4.
Yeah.
So it gives them a little more live contact, a little more action against other players, get you a better feel, against somebody on another team as opposed to your own squad that kind of knows you, sees what you're doing,
knows your moves, knows your
game plan,
specialties.
things like that.
Yeah.
So, and they get a little chippy.
Yeah,
I like to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
it's cool. It's it's just one more week closer to the real thing, which is just that's my thing. It's your thing. It's my thing. We live for this stuff. I hope that never changes. I hope the game's around as long as I'm alive. I don't think this game will be around forever. I don't think it'll be around necessarily for very long. There's a lot of money on the line, but
I just don't see.
We're a pussified nation, and
I can't see the NFL going anywhere.
I hope you're right. But if they're honest about it, and the more they know, and the less transparent they are about what they know about brain injuries, it is what it is. And I suppose people do sort of sign waivers at this point,
essentially.
But
you always run the risk of it, and it's not like people. Like all of a sudden now there's this new risk, like dude, banging your head against the wall all day as a career. It's going to have some downfalls.
Now with actual certainty that what you're doing, every single guy on that field for the most part is taking tremendous risk. It's not a little bit of risk. Not many of those guys are multimillionaire set for life guys, and they're absolutely taking their health. It is what it is. Their health is a problem. And so how long does a society put up with that? Where they go, and you can certainly say it
I'm
affects.
more worried about how much they make than their health.
I agree. But, there's an argument to be made that a lot of people will not let you forget that, it mostly affects minorities. It's because they're better. The guys that are making these teams are majority minority guys. And so at what point is it just like taking advantage of,
Okay.
I'm just telling you, I preface this all by saying this is a pussified nation.
Course, yeah.
That's what I mean.
All right, then what about hockey?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about it?
Right.
Well, you could, and the funniest part is soccer is worse than football, but you don't hear that. So, I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
I don't see it going anywhere. Not in my lifetime.
I hope not. I want NFL football for at least the rest of my life.
It'll continue to evolve. I mean, even the little things like they wear those little padded helmets now and
God, they just look so
training
goofy.
They sure do. But anything that you can do to, minimize, to reduce the number of hits,
even if it makes you look like the Great Gazoo.
Yep. As long as everybody. God, that was the one I couldn't pick up the other night.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name of Great Kazoo.
Is it Gazoo or Kazoo?
Great Kazoo.
The Great Gazoo.
Kazoo.
Is it Kazoo?
I thought so. I thought it was the
Well,
kazoo.
either way, little green Martian guy from Fred Flintstone. Yeah, they look so goofy. It reminds me of those guys that wore the big, Steve Wallace wore one. The Bills secondary guy, safety, wore one.
Oh, it is the Great Kazoo.
Yeah,
It was the Jetsons.
he was a Jetson. He was
thought
he.
it
Hey,
was-
dum dum. Wouldn't he say that to
I
Fred
could've swore
Flintstone?
that was-
He was on both. He could have crossed
He
over.
probably did, yeah.
Yeah.
He was on both. There we go. When I pulled it up, it just said Jetsons. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, he makes more sense in the Jetsons world, but I remember him calling Fred a dum dum all the
Yep,
time.
sure.
Anyway, we also had the Michigan Air Show in town over the weekend.
How'd that go?
Not good.
No?
No,
Did it go down in flames?
sort of. By the way, dude, your fucking Hawaiian pizza meme.
Sorry.
Just stop. You're fucking crushing it. You've made me laugh so many times today with dumb shit you've responded to or posted. I'm like, this
makes
guy's
me laugh.
really fucking funny.
Just makes me laugh.
John Hine, I think it was,
Yeah.
posted a picture of the Bills practice facility, and they've got between the uprights
The Lombardi Trophy.
a Lombardi Trophy like poster or something, whatever it is. It's
Their
not-
whole thing is like a billboard. Buffalo football, but the
in the middle, right
trophy's
between the
right
uprights.
between the uprights.
And
yeah.
he's like, his take was, well, you probably shouldn't have this until you actually win one, which is fine, acceptable take. I would feel silly having the Lombardi Trophy pasted around the Ford Field.
Actually, it wasn't somebody. He was like, why can't we have it? Right? He's a big
Oh,
Bills
was he?
fan.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was somebody else had posted it and was like, did they really put a fucking Lombardi Trophy up in their
Yeah.
thing saying Buffalo football?
Yeah. Yeah. And so your response was, I thought, fucking hilarious,
Why is it between the uprights? It should be wide right.
which is, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
Right?
Scott Norwood reference to was that 90s? Would have been 90s, right?
Yeah, early
When the
3
90s
years in a row they went and lost.
4.
Was it 4 years in a row?
Yeah,
they
it was
lost?
4.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. So, but it was quick. It wasn't overstated. It was just like boom, and it was like ouch.
Stick and move. Get in and get out.
Get in, get out. And then someone had a meme of like, I ordered Hawaiian pizza today,
burnt.
and it's just burnt to shit, which is horrible. I mean,
I know.
It just is.
Fully aware.
But I can't help what makes me laugh. I'm sorry. I have a dark sense of humor. So
Funny's
do you.
funny. Sorry.
And I'm just scrolling, and I'm like, oh, what did Troy post? Like, of course he did. Of course he did. But fuck, is that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. So we had 2 pilots eject. I'm gonna call them heroes. Dude, that's balls of shit, man.
yeah.
Pull that ripcord and eject from a MiG-23.
Boy, that's the fucking hero part is ejecting from the plane?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when that thing's going down,
I know you're going to eat shit. Why is that?
I'd panic. I'd be like, I'm just going to die in this plane. And then I think we have video of it here.
I mean,
To see poof, poof.
I'll give him hero status for wait until the very last second because it was like 5 seconds before impact, for something like that before they.
You think they were just thinking,
No,
we
I
got
think they
this. We still got this.
Yeah, that they were at least trying or steer at least trying to navigate. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know how
What
much
is this?
control they had.
This is an old Russian warplane, right?
MiG is, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly what kind of plane it was or not, but
MiG-23. It was at the Thunder over Michigan Air Show. I know some people, so do you personally, that were
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
I know people that were broadcasting there. And there is we're not going to name names because of this, but there is a blanket. Do not speak to the press. No interviews, no comments, no posts on social media. I don't know why. No one was killed.
If you're
it's a
involved in it.
miracle no one was killed.
well, probably
miracle.
while it's under investigation and stuff, nobody wants to. You want to tread very lightly just in case.
Sure.
Until we know exactly what all happened.
It just makes me go, what are you keeping to yourselves over there? What's going on over
we
there?
figure out where this liability lies.
Right.
Let's all be real careful, shall we?
So anyways, they ejected on yesterday, shortly before an explosion occurred midair that sent the aircraft crashing into several unoccupied parked vehicles in an apartment complex.
The fact that nobody got hurt in this is unbelievable.
Yeah. I think the pilots got a little banged up. One of them landed in a tree.
Yeah,
and one of them landed in the lake.
5 seconds. That's not giving you a whole lot of time. There.
Yeah.
But at least you didn't eat shit with the plane.
Yeah,
Saw the plane. They wouldn't have survived that.
No, they would not have. Wayne County Airport Authority told local media Pilots crashed a MiG-23 demonstration plane into a parking lot at the Waverly-on-the-Lake Apartments in the city of Belleville around 4 while performing at the Yankee Air Museum's Thunder Over Michigan Air Show. The pilot and backseater successfully ejected before the crash. While it did not appear they sustained any significant injuries, they were taken to a local hospital for precaution. I think it's a little more serious than that.
Yeah, I
More than
heard they
just
were,
precaution.
not life-threatening, but some pretty serious injuries.
Kevin McNamara, Van Buren Township supervisor, told local WTOL 11, one pilot ejected into the lake, the other landed into a tree, hurting the two pretty bad, but both will be okay. We're a subdivision community. It landed next to a lake. There are not very many empty properties next to the lakes. No. And if you're from Michigan, you know lake property that's the shit. That's the goal.
Belleville Lakes.
Well, still, if you're in Belleville, and you can be on a lake or not on a lake, you be on the fucking lake. You know what I mean? Everybody in Michigan loves water. Sure. And the closer you can be to it, you consider that a win.
It's Michigan, the winter water wonderland.
Sure.
That's what the new plates say.
It sure does. They said there are not many empty properties next to the lakes. This happens to be one of the rare properties there are. It's a miracle. So it started roughly an hour before the incident occurred, and then they were just like, ladies and gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind kindly fucking off back to your cars and beat it, please.
The show is over. That's enough for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a situation that requires us to stop the show. Please make your way into your vehicles.
I think they're all pretty aware of that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when the whole point is to look at, check these birds out flying around.
I had a friend that was down there, I guess, and it literally has pictures from the explosion and a picture of the plane, like right at the tree line, like the last possible picture you could have taken of that plane before impact. Like, it's crazy. Like, holy shit. Like, that's like, I heard about it and then I saw it, was like, holy shit, saw the pictures.
Well, you see
I haven't even seen any of this. I haven't seen any of that. That's the only thing I've even seen was the pictures that she showed me.
I believe this is from the Telegraph, maybe? Oh, no, this is a Fox station in Phoenix or something. So all the ones I'm going through are news stories, but I did see on Twitter someone that filmed something like that with their phone. It was like, holy shit, one of those videos, you get the instant reaction.
Oh, yeah.
It would be hard for patrons on the ground because those shows, I've been to air shows, Blue Angels, shit like that when I was a kid. Those things are doing crazy shit in the air all the time, tricks and, so it'd be common, I would think, unless it must have been obvious to them. Because people were filming that and just
did you say there was like a midair collision or something? I thought you said in this thing, and then they crashed after that, lost control. I have no idea what happened. Let's find out. I'm curious.
Okay. So this is quick on a loop. So that's why I fast forwarded it a little bit.
Okay.
Because it's the same thing, but you'll see the guys pop, boom.
Oh, that's just the injection. Oh, that's them.
So that's both of them popping, and then it'll.
Yeah.
So just let that keep going, and then it'll.
Okay.
Show a different view.
I gotcha.
So this guy obviously knew something was wrong.
Yeah, right.
Filming.
How would you know anything's wrong with that?
I don't know. But he's like, oh, snap.
Right, unless it's coming like straight down. With my P-32 space modulator, there should be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Oh my god. What the fuck is all that smoke?
I'll give you one guess.
Yeah. What the fuck is all that smoke?
That's the plane you just watched fly by, dude.
Is this guy just trying to get a free view of the show? Is that why he's in his car filming this?
Probably. I mean, or maybe he's just sitting there doing something, doesn't even know it's an air show, and it's like, oh, look at that plane coming at me. And they happen to take it out and film it. I don't know. Maybe that's why he's surprised. Because it doesn't look like anything in real distress at that point, but I can't tell the angles. This is still the same one. So that's the loop.
Yeah, I guess.
There's got to be better film.
You know what? I haven't seen a ton. There probably is, but I'm not gonna go through and waste an hour trying to find real ones through all the goddamn commercials they're making me watch.
Right.
Forget it. I'm out.
I'll do my own research.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see better video at some point. I mean, it's a miracle that no one was killed on the ground, and
it really is. I mean, when you think about
a few cars taken out is the only.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about. I mean, a jet crashing and exploding in basically a residential area.
Yeah.
And then nobody on any level is hurt. That's unfathomable.
It sure is.
You know, if you're out in the middle of a field somewhere, you know, and sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you see the picture of it? It's like next to the apartment building. You see, like the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because they have that picture, too. Like, that went over, like, took a picture of it. They have...
Yeah.
Like, after it was burnt.
Yeah. It's just a hull,
Yep.
you know. Yeah. It's crazy. It's Maui was not so lucky.
No?
No.
Hey, what the hell's all that smoke?
Yeah.
It's Maui.
It's Maui. And it doesn't sound good over there.
No, not at all.
Videos have not seemed good.
Actually, I shouldn't joke at all, really, because my niece is a freshman at University of Hawaii.
Really?
Although I don't think they're there now.
Really? They haven't started yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Pretty close. I mean, they're about to be going back, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I don't even know if that's the island they're on.
Yeah. Well, I don't. People are getting pissy. I think it was Paris Hilton just went to a different island like 30 miles away.
Yeah.
And people are like, fuck off. What are you doing? We don't
Going to the one that's not on fire. What do you mean? Fuck off.
I know, that's kind of how I felt, but they were like, you stay away.
Listen,
Tourists not welcome right now.
Yeah, it is kind of, and actually it's true because of the evacuations and stuff. They're telling people don't come. They cancel your trips because they need all the hotel rooms. They need all of everything for the people that are evacuating.
Yeah.
And I guess even I was listening to a story where all the flights that were going there, at least some of the major airlines, were intentionally using larger planes than normal for the flights there, so that they could bring more people back for the evacuation to get them off the island.
Really?
Yeah. So they would like normally it would be a whatever, and they would just they were taking larger planes than normal just to accommodate more people getting off the island to come back, which is just cool, just to have that sort of intention.
I think it just sucks because of the climate we live in right now that it turns political immediately.
Oh, is this a climate change issue?
It's a climate change issue.
What if the
left and right are attacking each other because of Biden's made no comment? And look, first off, if you think a politician gives a flying fuck about you personally, you're a moron.
Mm-hmm.
You are a fucking moron. If you think President Biden gives a shit about a single American that's not named Hunter, Jill, and anyone else in his shitbag family, you are dreaming. So stop. What did Biden say? And I'm not saying this like, I don't think Trump feels any different either. I don't think Trump gives a shit either. I don't think any of them do. I think they're there for themselves. They're not there for you. So stop it. Stop making this political Lauren Boebert. Biden hasn't said anything yet. What is he going to say? What do you want him to do? Go over there with a fucking hose? He would only be in the way. Do you know how many resources it takes to have a presidential detail? Is that what you want in a tragedy? You want them to allocate fire and rescue in the massive pile of humanity that needs to gather for a presidential visit? Are you nuts? Like, think just a little bit.
No sense.
What are you talking about? Do you know how far from the mainland? They're a 6-hour flight from California. Okay? It's not like you just, let's just rally a bunch of people from America, go over there and help.
It's easier to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. It's way easier. So, no, we do not need to send, let's get Biden on the ground ASAP. Who gives a shit what Biden thinks? Does he sign a check and go, yes, federal aid is on its way? There we go.
Relief.
That's what we need from that
FEMA.
dipshit.
You're up.
FEMA. Yep. You're on deck. Fly him in. Red Cross. Get your ass over there. You know what to do. Mm-hmm. That's what we need. We don't need political fucking fighting going on saying, who's climate change to blame? Stop it. It was probably faulty wires to blame. It's probably the fact that none of your air sirens worked and went off when the fires were coming. Probably cost God knows how many people their lives. Mm-hmm. When those alarms didn't go off and people weren't able to evacuate.
Didn't they have, what was their false, didn't they have the false alarm that there was like a nuke or somthing coming at them?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that Hawaii?
Yep. Sure was. They had Biggie at the controls. Pushed the wrong fucking red button, went, oh, wow. And they were like, incoming nuclear. This is not a test. This is the real thing.
Get to your safe space.
Yeah. And everyone was like, fuck. And
Just kidding.
Yeah. So anyways, the death toll from this blaze that devastated the town of Lahaina rose. I hope I'm saying that right. I've never been. I don't know. Is at least 93 victims. but there's hundreds that they are unaccounted for.
You can't even get in anywhere to check to
Yeah.
find out.
So if you are,
But that's a weird situation because so much communications are down and things like that.
yeah,
People are
power's out.
yeah, so it's hard to have any real grasp of numbers.
Authorities said only 2 deceased victims have been ID'd so far.
Well, it's tough when they're crisp like that, man. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's you're being funny.
But I'm
and I
serious.
respect
100% serious.
Dude, here's what they're saying. The remains fall apart when we try to pick them up.
they're just
it's
dust.
ash.
Yeah,
it's dust.
You've already been cremated. Yeah. Essentially.
See, I know exactly how these
Try and tell me
people
what kind
feel.
of pizza that was.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I know exactly. Remember when I pulled that chair out of the fire and I burned my hand?
Yes.
They're going through it just as bad as I went through
almost
it.
as bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. The pain is unbelievable. They're almost lucky.
Yeah.
At this point.
They don't have to live with the pain.
Right. And I did. It was horrible.
Yeah.
It sucked.
These pussies succumbed to their injuries. You manned up.
Yeah, I did. I
Suffered
lived that.
through
And
it.
I didn't even get any dope scars from it or anything. It's like gone.
Sounds like it was terrible.
Yeah, it's awful. I see some people and they're proudly wearing their scars all over their bodies and stuff from burns.
You can't even.
Mine's not shit. It
Like
just is
Superman over there, really.
So yeah, it was like I went through this horrible thing that a lot of burn victims can relate to, and I didn't get shit for scars to like show it off. It's terrible. When we find our family and our friends, the remains that we're finding through is fire that melted metal. We have to do rapid DNA to identify them, and it's basically sifting through an ashtray.
Yep.
So, multiple blazes reported across the Hawaiian island of Maui in recent days. Fatalities, mass destruction have only been attributed to the wildfire that swept through Lahaina on Tuesday. Cause of the fires is under investigation, but they noted that it sparked during a dry summer amid strong winds from a passing hurricane. As divulged by Bloomberg, a group of lawyers suspect power lines might have ignited the fires, but the main supplier of energy, Hawaiian Electric, has so far stressed it did not have information on a cause, as access to impacted areas is limited.
That can incriminate themselves.
Yeah, they're not going to come out right now and be
Nope. Do you have proof of that? No. Nope.
They're like, wait, where are the guys that are talking about climate change?
Wasn't me.
We're with them.
Yeah.
It's definitely, the Republicans did it.
Right.
Yeah, they don't even
Just
care
sitting there
about
going,
climate.
Please, volcano erupt.
Yeah.
Erupt volcano. Cover this shit up.
One issue that has garnered headlines is how warning sirens on the island never sounded, as power and cell service cut out for many, prompting a review led by Hawaiian Attorney General Ann Lopez. President Soup approved a disaster declaration last week to unlock federal resources to assist with the recovery efforts. Thousands of structures are damaged or destroyed, resulting in billions in losses. Largest natural disaster we've ever experienced. Governor Josh Green said it's going to also be a natural disaster that's going to take an incredible amount of time to recover from. Yeah, I can't even imagine.
No, and I mean, same thing. It's how do you get supplies? How do you get aid? How do you get all that stuff over there? You know, it was.
Yeah.
Look back to the Puerto Rico after the hurricane.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fast.
We unfortunately, as a
And I mean, is there
nation
any
and a
windier
culture,
place in the world than Hawaii?
Probably not.
You know?
Chicago maybe.
No.
I mean, it's literally the Windy City.
No.
But no. We live in a Hollywoodized reality. Okay, we are famous for movies and TV shows where buildings are knocked over on a whim for no reason in a movie, and the town's rebuilt. Next scene. Think about how long it took to put one building back up in New York City after 9/11. Mm-hmm. A generation grew up.
Yeah.
In the time it took. It took 20 fucking years for them to.
That's not a typical building, though. I mean,
Yeah.
That's
A skyscraper.
yes,
And
those are years in the making, regardless.
yeah.
I mean, those take 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
To just to do when it's under the best conditions. Let alone now you got to design it, you got to figure it out, you got to clean up all the other shit. So
Yeah. And I don't
takes that
know.
long.
I'm imagining Hawaii has decent infrastructure, but
good enough.
I don't know. I mean, good enough for what they are. But this is not as simple as like,
Oh.
when you're talking about massive overhaul of an entire island like that, like you don't have
Because
the
whatever
resources
infrastructure
there.
they had is now gone.
Right.
I mean, completely fucking.
How do you
eviscerated.
even get the resources necessary there?
Yeah, on a
Would be
slow
a-
boat from China, buddy.
Yeah,
it's
it'd
coming.
be a massive undertaking.
Yep.
So it's the one place in the world I want to visit before I die.
Right on.
Right? Like I've never been. Everyone in my family's gone multiple times, and I haven't. And
Yeah.
it's the one place on planet Earth I want to visit before I die, which I'm running out of time. Let's be honest.
Sure.
So I don't know if that dream is a long gone reality now,
You never know.
but yeah, it's devastating.
We'll see. You talk the folks into taking you for a family trip one time.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, ironically, I got the great Gazoo. Yes, you were right. Gazoo.
Great Gazoo.
Two things. One was Harvey Korman was the voice of the great Gazoo.
Harvey Korman.
You remember Harvey Korman?
Nah, not by name.
Think of like Tim Conway.
Okay.
Mustache. Anyway. And you know what you know what his last appearance was?
Gazoo or Corman?
Gazoo.
Okay.
Gorman's been dead for a while.
Right. His last appearance, what, on TV in general? Or?
Yes.
I have no idea.
2020.
What?
Alien versus Pebbles.
Was that a TV show or something?
Fuck, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Something they did. But yeah. Great Gazoo's last appearance was in Alien versus Pebbles in 2020.
He was kind of a smug little prick. I'm surprised
big
they
time.
never made a show about him, you know? I
Yeah,
don't-
he could have totally had a little spin-off, especially with him bouncing between all the shows.
Yeah.
Like you could have used him as the main character and then bounce between all the shows. That would have been easy.
Yeah, yeah. Seems like it would have been.
Yep.
Yeah, I just remember him being kind of a smug prick and a dick to Fred. Wasn't he a dick to Fred? Maybe Barn too, but
Yep.
mostly to Fred, I thought.
I remember, you remember Harvey Korman?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never realized
Okay.
that was his voice.
Let's see. What do I know him from?
Oh,
I definitely recognize
you'd know, I mean, listen, I mean, through the 80s, he was one of those guys that was, on everything.
him. Yeah.
But, yeah, see, look at Tim Conway.
Vicky
Look at me.
Lawrence. Yeah. Yeah, very good.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I was totally surprised by that. It was still just sitting up here and I looked over. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like 2020, the fucking Great Gazoo.
Yeah. I kind of want to see it now.
Right? Check it out.
I don't know how people feel about these stories that we constantly see. It seems to be more of a coastal issue. When you're talking about these smash and grabs, these ransackings, in New York City, in L.A., in San Francisco.
We're not immune to it here, but I think that's more copycat stuff than anything else.
Yes.
We've had some incidents here, but that's because they've seen it be so successful in other places. Like, why not?
What do you expect?
Yeah.
Look, you've had at minimum
can't catch us all.
a very soft prosecutorial record
Mm-hmm.
against this sort of behavior. That's being gentle about it. Okay,
Yes.
you can say, "Well, this is all illegal, and we frown on crime, and we do what we can." No, you have spoken very loudly about how you feel about this. You do stuff like go, "How dare you call them thugs?" It's like you're trying to change this narrative about really shitty behavior into like they're the victim.
Yep.
They're
That's
not the
why
problem.
they're doing it, because they're the victim.
Right. And whether that's your intent or not, it's screaming that that's your intent, is to treat these absolute criminals. Don't call them animals. Don't call them thugs, no matter their behavior. Okay? And I'm not saying they're all black people.
Nope.
I'm assuming there's a lot of white people. I don't know.
Haven't seen that video, but
I
I'm
haven't
sure
seen
it's
that
out
video
there.
either, now that I think
It's-
about it,
it's
but-
probably out there somewhere.
Yeah, there certainly was plenty of white assholes
And I'll-
throughout the George Floyd riots.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
a lot of white assholes doing that.
Yeah, true. Let's say that's a little different. These smash and grab, like these coordinated theft efforts. Like, I'm separating that from looting. Like, one thing during a riot to loot places and take advantage of that situation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of these smash and grabs where 30 guys run in and
Yeah.
just decimate a store and run out the door.
Yeah.
In 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Gone in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Nike in LA this weekend, smash and grab, stole tens of that. And this is so brazen, and this is what you have brought to these cities, okay? These people are not running. They've got boxes of shoes. The hood is down, okay? Not up, not a mask. Just walking the fuck out of your store. What are you going to do about it?
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, that dude cannot be more identifiable.
Yep.
And he doesn't give a shit because he knows they are not looking for him. They're not coming for him. No. They're not knocking on his door.
No, it's going to have to somehow piss off and affect the right person, or it's going to just fall in their lap. It's going to be some idiot like that to where they're going to go, well, that's fucking Mike Williams right there.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well,
go pick up Mike Williams.
Go get him.
We know him.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you make it that easy.
Yeah.
You know, you might actually fuck around and get arrested.
Yeah, but he could. This
Right.
version of Mike Williams might, because it's that brazen. So this,
But for the most, I mean, put your COVID mask on.
Yeah.
and you're home free.
video captured dozens of masked and hooded in this case. So the Nike one, I didn't bother pulling up video, but that happened.
All right.
So masked and hooded suspects ransacking an LA Nordstrom department store on Saturday, stealing over $100,000 in merch. They don't know. They don't even know yet. Could be hundreds of
Oh,
thousands.
yeah, they haven't tallied it up, for sure.
Between 30 to 50 people stormed out of Nordstrom in Topanga Mall in Westfield Topanga Mall around 4 o'clock after taking clothes, handbags, other expensive accessories. To criminals, it's just property taken, the PD said, police department. To those who live in the area and patronize the Topanga Mall, it is a loss of feeling safe. Sorry, they've given up that a long time ago.
Yep.
I understand you're the police department. You need to say something.
You voted away safety.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you absolutely 100%.
You could have voted for safety, and you chose not to.
Yes, you did.
100%.
And you thought it was doing the humane thing. And what you've done is completely fucked over these communities.
Yep.
Sorry, you have. But you know what? The rest of us are kind of laughing because it was absurd on its face when you suggested it. And then when you conned people into voting for you, you fucked around and you found out.
Everybody,
sorry.
Listen, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And neener.
Keep voting for it. Until you learn that lesson, eventually enough people are going to move out, enough businesses are going to leave. You keep telling yourself you're this great economy and, hey, we're this and that. Yeah. Well, you know what? At some point, you're going to reach a tipping point in San Francisco or LA when you have no more Whole Foods, you have no more Walgreens and Rite Aids, and you don't have Tesla anymore, and fucking IBM walks out the door, and Apple, like, how many major companies need to just go, I'm going to Texas. Sorry. I can't. No. Now I'm the bad guy if I don't want people shitting on my doorstep of my business.
Yeah.
Where these people show up every single day and do the same thing. They act crazy. They stumble around the streets, shitting wherever they please. And I come out with a hose, and now I'm public enemy number one. I'm the bad guy. I'm the abusive person.
It's a bizarro world.
It's bizarro
doesn't even
world.
fucking compute to me.
No. So, a security guard was sprayed with mace, pepper spray, or bear spray, likely by a suspect within the mob of thieves.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. It's a stretch.
Right?
But I don't know. I mean, it could have just been Sister Mary walking through the mall and decided to gas one of your.
Yeah.
And why do you have security guards anyways? They're not allowed to do
What's
anything.
the point, right?
I mean, you can. Why would you have a mall cop on
Just
duty?
one of those bitches with a perfume. Hey, took him right in the eye.
Ah, white diamonds! I got white diamonds in my eyes. Yeah, you did. So they escaped in several vehicles, including a BMW, a Lexus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, why not? You know, once they sell on the black market, all that shit, they're buying stuff like Lexuses and BMWs.
Yeah. Money's going to a good cause.
The LAPD will exhaust all efforts to bring those responsible into custody and seek criminal prosecution.
Yep.
What happened today at the Nordstrom and Topanga Mall is absolutely unacceptable. Is it, though? Is it unacceptable?
Well, listen,
I mean, yes, absolutely, it's unacceptable.
You got to understand the difference in the hierarchy here too, though. This is the police saying this, and they're right.
Yeah,
But it's out of their hands. They can investigate. They can arrest, and then it's out of their hands.
yeah.
And then it goes into the fucking baby cradle of the prosecution.
Yeah.
They're just going to coddle you, change your diaper, and send you back
Send
out
you back
on,
on your way.
Right? There
Yeah.
you go, little buddy. Good job.
Let's give him a sandwich and a nice
Right.
soda and send him on his way.
You're oppressed. It's
He-
our fault.
It's
Sorry.
our fault. Those who committed these acts and acts like it in neighboring areas must be held accountable. Okay. We will continue to work to not only find those responsible, but to prevent these attacks on retailers from happening in the future.
Again, like I said, the police are in a no-win situation here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not getting any support.
No.
And even when they do these things, so like, okay, do we bother putting? I mean, this isn't a murder. This
Yeah.
isn't a kidnapping. This isn't drug trafficking, right? So do we really allocate our time and energy and resources into a case like this that could probably be solved and prosecuted?
Of course
to
it
just
could.
bother turning the dockets over to the fucking court and have them all just walk away. and
They
not
know
be-
better.
I know.
How
that's what I'm saying.
frustrating would that be, by
That's
the
what
way,
I
if you're a
said.
cop?
That's exactly my point.
You're
They're
filling
in a
out this-
no-win situation.
No. And like, oh, okay, I'm going to spend the next 6 hours doing fucking paperwork that I know is going to be brushed away.
Yep.
They can't even convict rapists in these towns. Why would they give a shit if you stole a purse from Nordstrom?
Mm-hmm.
They don't. And if you think these politicians give a shit, you're wrong. They don't. These are power hungry people.
They only care about votes.
They care about votes.
That's it.
End of story.
Doesn't matter
They
how-
don't care about you.
They will do whatever it takes that will get them the most votes.
They
What
will
think.
say and lie. They will say anything they have to obtain a vote.
100%.
They will
Absolutely.
cheat at they will cut every corner. They will enrich their own personal families. That's what they do. If you think they give a shit about you, that's your first mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, you did this to yourselves. You voted in Prop 47, 2014, I think it was, which made it a misdemeanor for any theft under $1,000. So they went, oh, cool. So we'll go steal $975 worth of shit
Yep.
and leave. That's Prop 47, statewide in California. Think about that. So I can go and just steal up to $1,000 worth of shit, and they're like, nah, whatever.
Now, is that just per trip?
Yeah.
I mean,
that event happened.
Is it a life total? Is it, or can I walk in, steal $9.99, and walk out the door, put it in my car, then walk back
Misdemeanor.
in and get another $9.99 and put it in my car?
Yeah,
and then walk
and
back
maybe
in.
maybe they you're so brazen about it, they actually go, that's Troy Courtney again. All right, pull him in on this one, and then they arrest you. They release you that in an hour. Don't worry
yeah.
about that. You're not going. They're going to write you a citation,
Right.
And then you go to court. Maybe they give you a couple hours.
There was a woman
community
I
service.
remember. I don't remember the details of, but had been arrested for theft, for stealing, like 47 times or something. In
Yeah,
the
we
past,
did that
like,
story.
Right. I remember, like I said, I remember the numbers, but it was just, I mean, mind-bogglingly
New York, right?
astronomical. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
Our conclusion was she's just a shitty thief.
Yeah.
How do you get popped 47 times?
because you just don't care.
Yeah. You have to be so mentally ill that you're so
Right.
Yeah. How do you get busted 47 times?
And maybe, listen, and if somebody's just batshit crazy and they just walk in and they steal a fucking candy bar and they walk out just because they're batshit crazy,
Yeah.
you know, like, okay, we're not sending this person to prison. Okay,
But-
that's not what we're dealing with here.
No. But you're sending the message. You're sending the
Oh, loud and
message
clear.
that this why do you think there's an uptick of this behavior?
I know.
Why was it so easy for us to call long before? Why were we able to see this coming from 10,000 miles away? Because this is how humans behave.
Yeah.
Right? You need a rule of law. Sorry. You need some boundaries to keep people in check to the best of our abilities.
Yep.
That-
I told you, I saw this coming 10 years ago from my
100%.
friend in San Fran.
Yeah.
As soon as it happened, started fucking whining and crying about it and was like, this
Yeah.
is insane.
Last weekend, law enforcement in nearby Glendale reported a flash mob of at least 30 that stole 300
Flash mob.
grand.
Did they sing? Did they dance?
Yeah, right?
Come on.
They stole
Flash mob. Stop it.
300 grand worth of shit from Yves Saint Laurent at a high-end mall owned by Rick Caruso. Sorry. Do you want to see video of him there in
I
the
do.
in Topanga
Yes,
Mall?
I cannot
Topanga Mall.
wait.
And then we're going to read you a little story out of Oakland, California about how residents feel about the criminal behavior there.
Oh, okay, good. Let's find
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Let's see. This is the
Not a shock, by the way.
Topanga Mall Nordstrom robbery.
Yeah.
They say between 60 and 100K stolen. We'll see.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Dun-dun, dun-dun.
See,
What are you gonna do,
fuck
dude?
this guy. He's
All
wearing
right.
a mask, first off, so I don't care about him.
He's just, how do I
Yeah.
get...
Oh, what do I do?
Just grab some shit and run out the door, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking why not?
Yeah, you waiting for your paycheck? You
Look at
can
these
make
guys.
it.
They can't even get the shit off the racks.
No.
They're taking the whole racks and
Yeah,
everything.
they're just dragging racks with them.
Yeah. I mean, this is a shit show of a robbery, by the way.
Yeah. Why do you have the security alarms going off? What is the point of that?
Right? They just can't disarm them.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, police?
Ah, yeah. Hi, I'm security here at the mall. They're stealing everything.
I'd like to report an incident.
You just see nude mannequins all over.
They took the clothes off the
They
mannequins.
took the clothes off the mannequins.
Jeez.
What are you doing there, boys?
Right?
Boys in blue,
Yeah.
ladies in blue.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Let's really investigate the shit out of this one.
Yeah. How about we don't waste the gas it costs to go to the Topanga Mall to investigate this?
Could you imagine trying to do prints? Fingerprints in
Yeah.
a mall?
Yeah.
All right, get these doors here. Let's see what prints we can
Yeah.
get.
Yeah. It used to
Oh,
be
boy.
illegal to wear a mask. COVID changed so many things,
Yep.
dude. It used to be, do not wear your stupid mask in here because obviously you're up to no good if you're wearing a
Yep.
fucking mask in here.
Yep.
You know, they don't let you just
Now you
walk into
have
a
to.
bank with a ski mask on. And now it's like, we're still afraid of COVID. Definitely afraid of COVID.
Sure, of course.
Right.
Of course you are.
Right. So we've got Bishop Bob Jackson, and he is a senior pastor of Acts Full Gospel Church of God in Christ.
All right.
Can we do better than that?
You don't have to. It's still fucking a tax haven.
Acts Full Gospel Church of God in Christ. He's 72 or 70,
they-
76. Bishop
So wait,
Bob.
who are they asking?
What?
Who are they asking?
Who are they asking? What
Yeah.
do you mean?
What was the name of it?
Acts. ACTS.
Oh, Acts. I thought it was like,
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I should have clarified
I thought
that.
they were
They were not
asking.
asking-
I thought they were asking
No.
full about God.
Maybe, but as far as I can tell, they were not axing anybody a question.
Acts full. Acts. Full.
Acts.
Yeah, there's an extra
full.
consonant in there.
Consonant or consonant?
Consonant.
Consonant.
That's consonant.
It's not a continent.
I know. That's why I said the consonant.
There's an extra one in there that shouldn't be.
That's right.
Acts Full Gospel Church of God in Christ. I'm sure they do great service.
Clearly.
And old Bob Jackson's been there forever. Would you go by Bo?
I bet you Bob's got a badass watch, would be my guess.
My guess, too.
Sorry. Timepiece.
Yeah. So he's written this article, and I thought it was well enough written.
All right.
By old Bob
See what Big Bob's got to say.
to share. My 72-year-old wife is talking about getting herself a gun. That's how bad it's gotten in Oakland, California.
All right.
11-year-old girls are being pimped in the streets. Houses are invaded. Elderly women are being carjacked in broad daylight. Unless you lived here yourself, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh, I believe it.
911 calls go unanswered. Yeah, that's that whole vote, like, defund the police thing. When you did
Yeah.
all that,
Right.
and you took all their budgets away. Yeah, they can't respond to the 911s anymore. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry, we couldn't pay the phone bill.
How could we not see that coming? God, if only they listened to this show. We told them like right away, like, oh, hold on. You haven't thought this through well enough.
Yeah. Nothing good is going to come of this.
Yeah, you want them to answer the phone when you call 911, right? That you take that for granted.
You actually
at
want
this
somebody
point.
to come out and
Yeah.
answer that call, too.
Dude, they're putting them on hold for hours at a time. They're like, yeah, we'll
Like
do-
calling Domino's on a Friday night. 911, please hold.
click, and they're just like, no, but I'm being murdered at the moment. I said, please hold. God, if you're going to take that tone, call back tomorrow. Click.
Just hangs up on you.
Yeah.
It's a hold music.
911 calls unanswered. When they are picked up, callers are often put on hold for an hour or longer. By that time, they're already dead. There are drag races through the streets, gunfights, innocent children are getting caught in the crossfire, criminals are getting away with murder because there's hardly any police to stop them. Our so-called leaders don't seem to care. I've had enough. My community is begging for help, but no one is listening. That's why I and the president of the Oakland NAACP decided to speak out on behalf of the Black, white, Asian, and Hispanic people of Oakland who deserve to be heard.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
It's a good team up.
Yeah.
You get the local black bishop from
yeah.
Oakland and the chick running the NAACP of Oakland.
Oh boy, yeah,
That should have some
murder's
weight.
row right there. That's going
Right?
to carry some weight.
Yeah. Well, who are they missing? I mean, Magic Johnson?
Al Sharpton?
Al Sharpton? No, Al Sharpton will fuck up your plate, okay? Don't bring him in. Leave him where he belongs, race pimping and race hustling to anybody who will listen on the other side of the country. Leave him at home. Leave Ben Crump at home. You guys are from Oakland. You live there. You know your neighborhoods. Stick with that.
They need to get too short on the team.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
No, you know who could really crack some skulls? And go ahead and fuck around and find out. MC Hammer.
Okay.
MC Hammer's from Oakland, and
There you
MC
go.
Hammer is the hardest of all the rappers. Okay? Fuck around and find out with MC Hammer. You think the guys in NWA were tough? Fuck with MC Hammer.
Okay.
That is the most legit of all the gangbangers. I don't care about his fluffy pants. I don't care about his dope dancing. Fuck around and find out with MC Hammer.
All right.
That dude's got cemeteries full of bodies, okay? Mad respect for the MC Hammer.
Oh, gee.
OG as they come. Take that to the bank, sir. Do not fuck with MC Hammer. I'm telling you.
He's too legit to quit.
It's way too legit to quit. I see people post pictures like, hey, which one of these clowns doesn't belong? And it's like all the guys in NWA and MC Hammer. And watch the comments come in when people are like, oh, yeah.
MC Yella.
Yeah. Do not
DJ
think.
Yella, MC
Okay,
Ray.
if you think Dre is hard, hilarious. The MC Hammer's the only one that belongs in that picture. Okay, when you're talking real fucking OGs on the streets, yeah, get him involved in the mix. You good to go. Anyway, so I want to. We're speaking out on behalf of the Black, White, Asian, and Hispanic people of Oakland who deserve to be heard. After the NAACP, Cynthia Adams and I demanded our leaders declare a state of emergency over the crime crisis. The Oakland DA's office attacked us. County DA Pamela Price claimed we were spreading a false narrative. And then he says, well, the devil is a liar. She's the one who's denying reality. I've lived in this city my entire life. My mother cleaned houses. My father, a Navy veteran, was an elevator repairman. He was too proud to take welfare, despite his medical discharge, so he worked. My mom kept scrubbing floors. They didn't make much money for a family of 7 kids, so I knew poverty and learned early on what it took to survive in the ghetto.
Yeah, he couldn't even afford rubbers.
Yeah. Police once chased me. I carried a gun, joined a motorcycle gang, did drugs, abused alcohol. Only by the grace of God did I find Jesus and escape that life. And now I'm sick to my stomach that so many young men and women are being plunged into that dark, sinful life that nearly swallowed me whole. For 4 decades, I've been the pastor in Oakland. He says where, but no. Like everyone else, I was horrified by the murder of George Floyd. The viciousness of that officer who kneeled on Floyd's neck, his hands in his pockets, was clear for everyone to see. I wanted law enforcement to be punished. So I joined the calls of the mostly white radical activists who flooded our city council meetings to condemn the cops. The more they shouted, the more the politicians listened to them, whether it was good for the people of Oakland or not. Only after the activists went back to their rich, safe neighborhoods and crime exploded in mine did I see the defund police movement for what it was, a knee-jerk reaction. But it was too late. $18 million have been stripped from our already cash-strapped police department. Today, we're down hundreds of officers, and there's hardly anyone who wants to wear the badge anymore. That's what happens when you demonize public servants. Tax-paying residents are being told to barricade their doors because there's no one to protect them. When
No one's coming to save you.
Nope. When the
Hang in
thugs
there.
bust in. His words, not mine.
Wow.
Now I have a new fund for the defund activists. Anti-police anarchists. They haven't only unleashed chaos in Oakland, they want to disrupt America. Their anti-police insanity has turned our cities into shooting galleries. It's destroying the country we all love. So why don't people in power give a darn? His words.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a bastard.
Right, sure.
He can't even say give a damn.
Yeah.
Why don't they give a darn? Since our letter went out, I have not heard from Gavin Newsom, obviously California governor, or President Joe Biden. Though I have started to see California Highway Patrol officers driving through our streets, it's a step in the right direction. Long way to go, though. Americans should not live in fear in their own neighborhoods, and I won't stop speaking the truth until safety is restored.
Yeah, I mean, these are the people that are living it. I just And that's a great point that he brought about the mostly white radical activists that don't live in that situation.
Yep.
That get to go home to their safe little neighborhoods,
Yep.
and they don't have to deal with the repercussions of it.
Yep.
We've said it all along. But
Yeah.
it's really nice to hear it from
Yeah. Boots on the ground.
the horse's mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. We're too busy ticky-tacking and bullshitting around with nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Did you say something transphobic? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
We've lost all
Stop it.
sense of the big picture.
Yeah. And this was easy to see coming. Of course it affects those neighborhoods. You know where it's not happening? In Franklin, Michigan.
Yep.
It's not happening here. I can sit back in the comfy confines of this place along with T-Roy and whoever else comes over here, and we do not have to worry about it. It will not be put up with here.
Because we love our police around here.
We sure do. I
Never be
was
defunded.
walking Cece the other day, and I couldn't extend my waving hand higher as my cop drove by, and he waved back.
I do. I mean,
every single time.
I hang out of my window
Yeah.
to wave and make eye contact and say hello
Yeah.
to these people so that they'll recognize me if they ever pull
Hell
me over.
yeah.
It's not for any other reason than that.
Now, I do because I appreciate the job. they do.
Especially now that I have a new car. I figured with the truck, they had me for a long time, and now I got rid of the truck. So now I'm like, still
Hey,
me,
still
new
me.
car,
New car.
Hey.
I know they're not breaking up a bunch of gunfights in Oakland County, right? That's not when they're traversing through Franklin and Bingham Farms or whatever they're doing, Beverly
Slow
Hills.
down.
Yeah, it's like look, they're more likely to save a trapped kitten or help Nana who locked herself out of her car or house. But I just have respect for their authority, for the badge. We put a lot of trust in them.
Yeah.
Do some of them fuck up and go rogue? Yes.
Of course.
Happened this week in Mississippi, okay? The Goon Squad. We can get to that story perhaps. Horrible story. Horrible, horrible story. But it gives all cops a bad name. It's not a fair representation. You do not like being stereotyped as all this. All black people are X. All Asian people are X. All women are shitty drivers. Well, that one maybe. But
Yeah.
But you get my point. Nobody likes to be thrown into that. All of us are this. No, we're all individuals. Cops are just the same.
Yep.
There's shitty ones, of course. Majority are great, and we should respect them. I understand, people have incidents with them and blah, 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 but
It's probably the most thankless job there is.
yeah.
If you think about it.
Firefighters are treated with respect.
They are. Yeah, I mean, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody's glad to see a firefighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nobody's glad to see a cop.
Yeah. When you are in the Bay Area, and if you have, I don't know who's doing it, but I occasionally will find myself watching some local news, and it's an every night thing. People in Oakland, people in San Francisco, those neighborhoods, when they talk about the guys doing donuts, all hours of the night,
Yeah.
they're running the city.
They're doing it here. And the cops don't even bother. They
Yeah.
don't even engage because
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
They're blasting crazy music and
Yeah.
just doing donuts.
All right, fine. If you're going to do this and not rob Macy's, cool. Do this.
Yeah. But that doesn't take into account the old woman who's lived on that block for 70 years
Nope.
and has no choice in the matter. She's held hostage by absolute hooligan behavior.
Although I got to tell you.
that used to be dealt with by her local police squad.
Sure.
She didn't want that to end.
No. And there was a
She
time,
doesn't feel safer.
There was a time when the neighborhoods took care of themselves, too.
Yeah.
That you knew that you didn't fuck around here. There was enough people looking out for their own that it was just that way. But the uptick in the videos of dudes getting smoked by these fucking
It's great.
drifters.
It's great. Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
No, I know.
Really big
I know.
fan. There's been some wonderful footage coming out
Yeah,
of
seeing
that.
a human go flying after getting whaled
yeah.
by the back ass end of a car in a high speed, there's something beautiful about that. Because
Warms the cockles of my heart.
Yeah, it definitely is one of those where you're not supposed to laugh, but try not to laugh.
Yeah. I cheer, root, hoot and holler.
Here's what we're worried about in this country and others like it. Speaking of the UK and Canada, which are, we are quickly fucking around and finding out about what free speech means in this country. What we're going after, a new bill recently passed in Michigan that is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
House
Gender.
bill. Yeah. And it's the coded language.
Yeah,
The
very vague.
Very vague and meant to just be like, oh, my feelings were hurt. Fucking send someone to prison for 5 years. Like, it's madness. Not enough people are reporting on it. Not enough people are discussing it. And nobody has thought this further down the road at just how criminally dangerous this is.
Knee-jerk reaction, like defund the police.
Yes.
That's just it. Let's
So-
just grease the squeaky wheel.
Yep.
We'll deal with the rest later.
Yep. So I read this article by Matt Walsh, okay, famous for What is a Woman. I thought it was a great article. I will read that to you now, as we did with Bishop Bob.
All right.
And I've got a couple videos. And so Matt says, most jurisdictions in this country used to consider it a serious offense to lie and call someone gay if someone was straight. And you started spreading rumors that they're secretly gay. Until then, until very recently, New York courts would punish you for that without a second thought. They'd call it defamation per se. But in 21, all that changed. A New York appeals court ruled that actually you can call people gay all you want, and it's not necessarily defamatory. Why? Because, according to New York court judges, if you lie and call someone gay, if anything, you're probably improving their reputation in the community.
Okay. Funny that
Rather
comes around
than-
full circle, but okay.
Rather than harming it. That's because being gay has become a status symbol. So suggesting someone is secretly gay is like calling someone a multimillionaire. It's a compliment, whether it's true or not. New York is now so woke that gay slurs, at least in some cases, are now acceptable. In that respect, New York is quite
It's
different.
just going to be like the new, like, bro and homie.
Yeah, homie.
Hey, fag. Hey, homo. Hey.
Hey, cocksucker, what's going on over there? Is that dick lover I know? I recognize that cock lover everywhere. In New York, they're like,
Oh, man.
boom, badge of honor. Is that a dick lover I see over there?
Deep throat.
Deep throat.
Ah, boy. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, God. So, yeah, let's see, where was I?
Go ahead, homo.
Cute. Wear that as a badge of honor. So, in that respect, New York is quite different from, say, the United Kingdom, another hotbed of leftism. Over there, they don't take kindly to unfounded accusations of homosexuality. We know that because this week, a team of officers in Leeds raided the home of a 16-year-old autistic girl suffering from scoliosis. Scoliosis is another one. I got a touch of the scoliosis.
Yeah.
I don't cry about it.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit shorter than I should be.
Just put it on the resume.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that protected some? But it's like, well, she's autistic and has scoliosis and a fucking hangnail. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, I guess if you want to throw scoliosis in there. I guess if it's bad enough, it can be really painful. But
She's probably not attractive either. Just a guess.
yeah, maybe. So,
Bad teeth, I'm sure.
so they raided the home of this 16-year-old autistic girl with the scoliosis. The girl's crime. She said that one of the officers looked like her lesbian relative. That's all the girl did. She didn't even imply it was bad to be a lesbian in any way. And for that, the cops dragged her away. Here's what the arrest looked like. We've got some video of it if we want to see it. This is what the British Empire has become. They used to rule the world. Now they scramble half the police department in response to a teenager who says, "Hey, you look like my lesbian nana."
Jeez.
And in
What a
fairness,
fucking, yeah, Axl Rose and Mickey Rourke, where they're gonna fucking, they look like a lesbian couple from way back. I don't think you have it here, Holmes.
no.
This is a drag
Okay,
queen
okay.
thing.
So go up scroll up. There's two videos.
okay.
I
got
skipped
you.
one, and I was gonna kind of maybe skip this one. So
I got you. Well, that's it right there.
that's it right there. Yeah.
But there's something else.
No.
Yeah.
So we can watch part of it. I just wanted to really get to that other story.
All right. Fair enough.
So he says, it's quite a fall from grace, especially given that the police officer in question, if we're being honest, could definitely pass as a lesbian. T-Roy, this bolsters
The haircut.
the haircut opinion,
Yes. Right.
She said, "You look like my lesbian nana."
Okay.
She didn't. It was like gross.
Yeah.
And even if she did, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
She's got scoliosis.
I know. Right. Leave her alone.
Whether she's trying to look that way or not, it's a convincing display.
Mission accomplished.
The UK obviously hasn't thought this all the way through. By arresting autistic kids who say that women who look like lesbians look like lesbians, they're sending the message that looking like a lesbian is a bad thing, a horrendous insult. But that's the opposite of what the UK intends to do here.
But now, when did this chick say this? Like online, in social media? Was this just in passing in the street?
It's
and they
a
were like,
great question.
Fuck this bitch, let's go raid her house and drag her out. Some dyke just stewing out there like, I like dick, fuck her.
Yeah, I don't know if they were there for another reason. You know, like,
Right, okay.
like, so it might have been, he doesn't do a great job of clarifying that.
Backstory on this?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's got multiple examples to try to make his argument. So, and he's got the video to boot. This could have been there was a knock on the door for a disturbance of some sort. And it's like, you look like my lesbo nana. And her nana is gay and married to a woman.
And
she
might look just like this broad.
Right. She's like, how dare you?
Oh, my God.
Drag her out of the house. So this is not what the UK intends to do here. Really, they're trying to elevate LGBT people to special sacred status and protect their feelings with the force of law, even if it means dragging a teenage girl to jail, kicking and screaming. So, should we watch a little bit of it?
Sure, why don't we?
Now, in the UK, so understanding them is not quite as simple as it may sound. I love the accent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So much better.
British,
There's some shit accents in the world.
Yeah, this isn't one of them.
This isn't one of them.
She's made a comment in her own house. You've got her on camera. She hasn't said anything to you. Don't matter. She never got cameras on. She's getting arrested.
She's getting arrested.
She's getting arrested. Why are you doing this? Coming. Don't worry.
So pause.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah.
The mom explained that her daughter's autistic and didn't mean any harm. She wasn't saying like
she's in her own home. She said it right there. She's a comment she made in her own home. So she was in the house when the police came for something.
Yeah. And if you know autism, if you know autistic people, as they say, there is a spectrum. But when you get on that spectrum, some of the things that some of those individuals say, and I've dealt with this plenty with Big E, okay? He's never been diagnosed, but he's 100% somewhere on the spectrum, okay? More than most. I assume I'm somewhere on the spectrum, right? With
It's a broad spectrum.
It's a broad spectrum. Eric can say highly inappropriate shit. I think he's better about it now. When I first, like, there's some sort of missing filter thing where it's very deliberate when I say something or when you say something.
Yeah.
We can be horribly offensive, and part of the art and the style in that is being able to do that while sounding very sincere.
Right.
That's part of the art of the joke. Easis, on the other hand, just says it. You look like my lesbian nana. He's not, there's no sort of art to it. And it's funny to people like us that have 6 senses of humor, the monsters listening to this type of show.
Apparently this dyke doesn't have a sense of humor.
No. And it's like, sweetheart, you went and bought that haircut. Now, I don't know if they fucked up and took a little off the top and a little off the back, but you are presenting this way. If someone doesn't have that filter there, they might just come out and go, you look like my lesbian nana.
It looks like,
or you look like every lesbian I've ever seen on planet Earth.
Looks like Hillary Clinton right there.
Yeah, she does. An even angrier version.
Right?
Anyway.
All right.
Go ahead.
So this continues.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that one. Ooh.
And the cop standing next to her is like, bro.
Okay.
He's like, come on, bro.
doing?
What are you getting all offended for?
Right,
You,
come on.
I mean, come on, bro.
Have you looked in the mirror today?
Bro.
You bought that haircut. You know what the fuck you did.
You coaffed it like that, bro. I mean, what? You don't think we're
I don't
all...
even want to unpause it because she looks so great.
That cop to her right is like,
Do
you know what the conversation is anytime you leave the room?
mid eye roll right now,
Yeah.
or taking a selfie. I'm not sure which.
He's like, when we get back to the precinct,
Right.
the amount of laughter that's going to happen when it's like, yeah, we brought this 16-year-old with
what'd she do?
scoliosis in. What'd she do? Hold
Oh,
on.
Charlie, a lesbian.
You mean Chuck? Wait, our officer Chuck? Yeah. Said she looked like my lesbian nana. And they went,
God.
what? The truth will get you arrested now?
Apparently.
All right, go.
All right, let's see.
She's going to be arrested tonight. I'll wait till the police officers come and I'll explain what happened.
That's why we got her in the first place.
So there's the autistic girl punching herself in the face. Another trait of autistic people.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
She can't go anywhere.
So she's locked herself in her closet.
Stand there, dear.
She starts screaming and crying, but lesbian cop can't let it go.
Right? Nope. She's being arrested.
She's going to jail.
Nana is a lesbian. She's married to a woman. She's not homophobic. Look what you're clenching your fist. Go away from my teenage daughter.
What is up with you?
There is something wrong with you, mate.
All right, get out. Get
What's
her, Mom.
wrong with
Fuck
you?
Fuck you. Get away from my door.
Officers claimed her daughter's comment was homophobic.
Oh, that's a crime in the UK, is it?
Oh, yeah. They do not have free speech protections in the UK. So, yes, nonsense like this can go on.
Oh, boy.
That's heartbreaking shit
It
right
is.
there. You know what I mean?
Listen, I would be...
You would go to jail before
would 100%
the
go
daughter
to jail.
would. It was like, okay, if you're going to take someone to jail, it's going to be me for beating your ass.
Ironically, I have kind of a story like this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That officer out there has assaulted me
Unbelievable.
for no reason. She's got autism. She's autistic, man.
The issue is, if an officer decides...
What we got? We got 5, 6 cops here?
Yeah. Dude, half the department is there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so you get the idea.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
end
yeah,
up
that's-
dragging her out the door.
She actually does go.
Yeah. Yes.
Unbelievable. Should be ashamed of yourself,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
can nobody be the bigger person
No,
there?
somebody
Can
out
none of
this-
the other cops talk to the obvious lesbian and go,
Jesus
Officer
Christ.
Lesbo?
Yeah, somebody
Can we-
out fucking Officer Ellen over here and just can ruin this woman's day, please.
Yeah. Officer Ellen. So I want to tell Officer Rosie O'Donnell to fucking pack it in for the day. We're going to war with a 16-year-old autistic
Yeah.
kid with scoliosis
Fucking hero.
is not a heroic move, okay? So and we need to cuff her. We need to cuff her and drag guff behind her back. And the mom's like, you fucking clowns, okay?
She's got the
is where
scoliosis.
She's got the scoliosis. You start bending her arms like that, it's akin to breaking her fucking back. What are you doing? Horrible.
Well,
Horrible.
We'll see if there's a lawsuit that comes out of this.
So, truth is, they're trying to protect LGBT people and give them special status, protect their feelings with the force of law, even if it means dragging this teenage girl off to jail kicking and screaming. Truth is, the U.S. is not far from becoming the U.K., where children are sent to prison for offending the government. What happened to that girl in the UK is quickly becoming a hallmark of so-called Western democracies. Recently in Canada, for example, a pastor was arrested for the crime of protesting drag queens who were trying to indoctrinate children. Okay, you might not believe that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you believe that's absolutely going on. And if you were to believe that that was what's going on, like, why do these grown-ass men dressed this way need to speak to children?
How come they're not reading in
what is the
nursing
connection?
homes?
Why? Yeah. Why are they not reading to nanas in nursery homes? Why are they focused on second graders? Why is that? If you can't see why some people might have a little bit of an issue with that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying they are. I'm not claiming they all are. Even if one of them is. This used to be an industry that survived just fine on its own in fucking bars across the country, right? It was fine. Nobody had a problem. If you didn't like it, you didn't go there.
Yep.
Seeing it this way, yeah, some people are going to have a problem with that.
This is in
Sorry.
my public school system.
No, and we
My
weren't paying them.
taxpayer-funded school system.
School system. Sorry, some people might have an issue with that. You're going to have to just kind of expect that. So, the pastor was arrested for the crime of protesting drag queens trying to indoctrinate children. Watch this news report because it's one of the most incredible clips you'll ever see. There should never be an issue with safety, says the woman. Police are questioning if the events are safe, says the reporter. Meanwhile, they show footage of the mob throwing the pastor to the ground. The message is pretty clear. By safety, they mean you don't get to question their views. You don't get to object when they sexualize children. If you do, you'll get attacked and thrown in jail. That's what they mean when they say safety. Safety no longer means safety in the traditional sense. For a long time now, it has meant something closer to emotional comfort. To be safe is to feel good, is to have nice feelings. And anyone who causes you to not have nice feelings and feel not good is compromising your safety. This has been true in Canada for a while. A couple of years ago, a man who was down on his luck went on a rant at the office of his local member of parliament, a woman named Catherine McKenna. Here's what he said, and I've got video of that one. we don't need to bother with this one.
Oh, okay.
It's a quick video. The guy does get thrown on his ass. I think it's more of a mistake than anything.
Okay. Awesome. Got it.
So he yells a few harsh words, including a few that were bleeped out, makes some valid points as well, we should admit, but he never made any violent threats. For that, Catherine McKenna called for hate crimes investigation, and authorities opened one. So you see, in Canada, no one's allowed to say mean things to politicians. You can call conservatives white supremacists all you want, but you don't dare attack people in power in a free country, which Canada, of course, is not. Is not. Let's be crystal clear about that. Cussing out politicians would be considered a virtuous act, a way to keep our leaders humble and on their toes. But in Canada, it's a potential hate crime. So,
Good thing we're Americans, so we can call him Prime Minister Blackface.
yeah, Prime Minister Blackface. And possibly much worse than that.
Yeah.
I'll explain more in a minute. Go ahead, T.
Here we go.
So this is, sorry.
Yep.
So this is like what, her office, her
Yes,
campaign headquarters?
Looks like it's something along those lines. So her office. We'll just go with that.
Member of Parliament, Ottawa.
It literally says
Catherine
her
McKenna.
office.
It's got a phone number.
Here we go.
This guy wants to talk to his.
So this is him filming, walking in.
Yep.
This is okay.
He's got to buzz the door.
Smart. Hey, take your time.
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
Hello, how are you today?
How are you?
Can I speak with Catherine?
No, sorry. Our office isn't open to the public.
Why is that?
Still for COVID.
Okay, I got a tiny bit of an issue. Can you help me? She says she's spending $10 billion a year on infrastructure. The PBO office, Yves Giroux, says she's only spending $5 billion a year. What's up with that?
I can't.
I don't go to work every day and bust my for this to steal our money. You're all scumbags. You're all pieces of trash. You scumbags. You're all kid pieces of trash, just like Justin Trudeau, raping kids. We charity. Sorry, kids in Africa. This money isn't for you. This money's for Justin Trudeau and his family. They need it a lot more than you. They need a bigger yacht. They need a bigger watch. They need 5 watches that are 20 grand. The scumbag pieces of I hope you all burn in hell. You're all gonna get what you deserve, you traitors.
Oh, there's the veiled threat.
Yeah.
Right there that you
Hold
can
on.
hide it under.
Scumbag pieces of
Strong finish.
Yeah. Strong finish. He turns around from the sidewalk.
I love that he pushed the button instead of through the intercom. That one's great.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
He's holding down the intercom button
just
going, you
yelling
fucking
it.
scumbag pieces of shit.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's fucking kid fuckers and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. You know,
So did anything come of her charges or the investigation?
I don't know. He was, I'm sure he was arrested.
Yeah, at least
So,
questioned, detained.
For a little context about what he was saying there.
Okay.
When he was talking about Prime Minister Blackface, as we call him, Justin Trudeau to the lay, was a entitled, spoiled, rich kid who's done more blackface than black people. Safe to say, he's been in blackface longer than most black people have been in blackface. And shade is no issue. He goes as black a fucking nightshade of shoe polish as you can get. Find the blackest Doc Marten shoe polish you can and just smear that on your arms, your face, and make a complete mockery of black and brown people. Do that a dozen times.
Again, tread lightly.
Why?
Because I'm pro blackface.
Yeah, no. The only
Insert.
reason I have a problem is not because of people like you, Troy.
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made for you going, hey, I got mad respect for Michael Jackson. Helps with the costume a little bit.
Sure.
Fuck off.
Can't pull off Michael Jackson.
Michael
without
Jackson was probably
white face.
a bad example.
Well, early
Prince.
Michael. We'll go
Prince.
early Michael.
Early Michael. No, the problem I have is this virtuous, self-righteous cunt acting like anybody who slanders anyone or offends anyone in any way.
People kind.
People kind. We can't call them manhole covers anymore. That fucking creepy weirdo should not have blackface skeletons that would fill a cemetery. That's all I'm saying. No. That's why I go so hard in the paint against him, because fuck that dude.
Yeah. That's the least of his sins.
Right. So, why would this gentleman be saying stuff like this? Like kid fuckers, like Justin Trudeau.
Oh, boy.
Well, if you know some people in Canada, and we do, and I'm not going to name names, and I don't know if there's any truth to any of this, but a lot of people found it kind of suspect when their drama teacher Justin Trudeau, quit his teaching gig halfway through a semester of a school year.
Okay.
Seems like an odd time to leave.
Sure.
Now, some people believe, and perhaps there's rumors throughout Canada that are starting to get a little noisier. Again, we will not name names. That the issue was that perhaps, maybe, sort of by accident, Prime Minister Blackface maybe sort of fucked a 14-year-old student and paid her family off $2.5 million. Shut the fuck up about it.
That's very possible.
So, if you're wondering about a little context for why he might call through a speakerphone, Prime Minister Blackface, a kid fucker, enriching himself, and he's a kid fucker, and fuck all you people.
Was she hot?
I don't know. I don't even know if it's true,
Give him
Troy.
the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying, there are some in Canada who will tell you that
perhaps
story.
may say.
Perhaps.
Allegedly.
And if he's got another great reason for why he quit his teaching job as a drama teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking clown central.
Oh, he wasn't starting his campaign or anything?
No, I don't
Getting out
think
on
so.
the trail?
No.
Little grassroots?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So.
Hey, in the world of, hush money going away and meaning nothing, no honor amongst thieves anymore.
Yeah.
Perhaps they'll come out and decide to renegotiate.
Yeah.
$2.5 million doesn't cover it anymore there, Justin. Old JT.
Yeah.
Old BF.
And does that matter? Take your $2.5 million. We found that hush money payments are no longer a thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You can just go, the money's gone. Sorry. You still
Well, that's what I said. Now you're going to
fucked
renegotiate.
the kids.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We're either going to keep paying or we're going to start talking.
Well, let me quickly
And maybe
finish.
they already are.
Let me quickly finish this article because I thought it was interesting. I think it's worth listening to. We'd like to think these attacks on freedom of speech couldn't happen here, but the truth is they're already happening. They're just not getting much coverage. Recently in Watertown, Wisconsin, police arrested a young Christian man for simply reading the Bible on the sidewalk in the vicinity of a public drag event. He has every right to be out here engaging in speech, the guy holding the camera says, and he's right. But we don't live in a country that cares about that sort of thing anymore. Anyone watching that man speak knows that he's a far better person to have around kids.
I don't know that for sure.
No, we do not.
No.
And neither do you, Matthew.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No offense there.
Bit of a stretch.
Yeah. And, just automatically, believe me, a lot of us for many, many decades would have given absolutely the Catholic faith all the fucking praise in the world and absolutely trusted them around our children.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that every drag queen is a piece of shit on any level.
No.
I'm
No.
not going to say that every fucking
I'm not.
God-fearing Christian is
Yeah.
is a saint either.
Yes. They can soapbox themselves with the best of them.
Indeed. And do some diddling.
And do some flat out shit that they will swear on a stack of Bibles they would never do, and they hate everybody who does it.
Yep.
So they're human beings. They are not above reproach because they're a man of the cloth. So spare me with that one. Anyone watching knows he's a better person to be around children. That's Matt Walsh's words, not mine. Than men pretending to be women who talk to kids about their sexual fantasies. But Marcus Schroeder was arrested, and the drag queens were able to continue indoctrinating children as the mothers of these children looked on approvingly. It's the same thing that happens in Canada. Preach the gospel, go to jail. Preach perversion, and the police protect you. In many states in this country, this will soon become the norm. A bill recently passed in Michigan, State House we're familiar with, called HB 4474, would make it a hate crime to cause someone to quote, and I quote, feel terrorized, frightened, or threatened. The bill specifies that sexual orientation and gender identity or expression are protected classes. If you make someone feel threatened because of their gender identity, you can go to prison for 5 years. What does it mean to make someone feel threatened because of their gender identity? You know the answer to that question. Trans activists have been screaming for years at max volume. Unless you will affirm their delusions, then you're committing literal violence. You're engaging in genocide. So yes, this bill means that if you refuse to lie about basic facts of biology in the state of Michigan, you can go to jail. Just like that girl in Britain. They'll haul you out of your home and arrest you for telling the truth. Just like they did to that autistic girl in Britain.
With scoliosis.
With scoliosis. Let's not forget, T. Good. They will take the fight to you. If you don't believe that, consider what happened Wednesday night to an elderly man in Utah named Craig Robertson. Robertson was obese, used the cane to get around. No question about it. This person was in no way going to run and do anything, right? But fuck around and find out does mean something.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Oh, I'm
it's
fully aware.
basically your favorite segment.
It is, yeah.
the fuck around and find out segment.
Bless it, yeah.
And, you can fly too close to the sun. And guess what's going to happen?
You get burned.
You get fucking burned. And Mr. Robertson, I understand the case to be made, but this is also a classic example of fuck around and find out. So, when you do that, you might just find out.
Okay.
So, he went to church on Sundays. Don't care. It
All
does
right.
not mean much. Okay? Some people do, some people don't.
Yep.
Good for you if you do.
I know great people that don't, and I know shitty people that do.
I know both as well.
So,
So he went to church on Sundays. So we're painting a narrative here.
of course.
Went to church on Sundays and took care of his blind son. Now,
All right.
that used to mean darkened sunglasses and a cane, you can't see a goddamn thing. Now they throw in glaucoma into that whole mix, and it's like, I got blurry vision. So I don't know what it means when you say take care of your blind son.
Yep.
Maybe it's like the old days blind, full on fucking, Stevie Wonder-ish. Maybe it's the new world blind.
You got a little touch of the glaucoma. Who knows?
Yeah. Smoke a joint, sir. Go to work. But he also likes to post angry memes and comments on social media, mocking and threatening Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and other random political figures. In response to those memes, before dawn on Wednesday, the FBI went to Robertson's home. Neighbors report that as many as 50 agents were on the scene. Craig Robinson was shot dead in a hail of bullets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Craig Robinson, man. I love that dude.
Not that dude.
Oh.
Robertson.
Oh.
Yeah. Craig Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a tragedy. National hero.
Why did FBI agents kill Robertson exactly? We don't know. The FBI won't tell us. We asked them yesterday. They refused to explain. So, okay. Posting memes like the guy who got arrested and I believe is serving jail time for saying, vote for Hillary. Text 44333 to cast your vote for Hillary. It was a fucking meme. And if you're dumb enough to think that's how you vote in this country.
Yep. Then God bless.
Yeah. That guy was arrested for interference in an election.
Oh, boy.
I mean, give me a break. This guy's memes were not like that. His memes were like, I'm grabbing my fucking Sig Sauer and I'm going to fight. You come to Utah and find out what happens to you, Biden.
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit.
Sure.
And that's not smart on any level. I don't care how much you hate a politician.
People. Yeah.
That
no
is
matter
a
which side
bad
it is.
move. So, do they need to send 50 agents there for an early morning raid into Robertson's house? No. He's
Probably a bit excessive, but
he's an old, elderly ass man with a cane. The whole community knows him. You could wait for that guy to walk to his fucking car to go to the grocery store and then get out and arrest him if you wanted.
Yeah.
You do not need to show up with 50 armed federal agents and it ends in a hail of bullets. That could have been handled way different.
Right.
That doesn't mean that he didn't fuck around a little bit and find out, because the New York Post is reporting that what preceded that hail of bullets was him pulling a gun and aiming it at officers. And I'm sorry.
That's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen. And if that's what's going to happen when it's Mike Brown and we go, yeah.
It's exactly what's going to happen when it's Craig Robinson.
Yes. Robertson. Sorry, Mr.
Tough
Robertson.
being black these days, man.
Yeah. This elderly white guy, if you come out with your hands up and you go, what's all this about, fellas?
Right.
What can I help you with? And you get on your belly and put your arms out.
Especially if that cane was like one of those guns. He's like,
my guess is they don't open fire in a, quote, hail of bullets. Now, not answering a lot of questions. It would be very easy. I guarantee they're all wearing cams. Mm-hmm. So you could go, here's the moment he thought it was a good idea, facing 50 federal agents, whether right or wrong, irrelevant in the moment. This is the moment he decided to take that cane gun and point it at us.
I will 100% side with every officer every time.
In that situation.
When there's a gun pointed at you.
Yep.
Absolutely pull the trigger.
Yep.
100%.
So they did not need to send dozens of armed agents to a disabled elderly man's home because of things he posted online. If you saw them swarming his house and didn't have any context, you'd think they were taking down a drug kingpin. You'd never guess the guy's crime was a Facebook meme. So the question that many are asking is whether this level of response was actually necessary. Did they consider Robertson a credible threat to the president of the United States? It's hard to believe. This isn't to defend the things he posted online. Obviously, the point is that the most powerful law enforcement organization in the country, funded by your tax dollars, by the way, is completely unwilling to explain why they killed an American citizen a couple days ago. They have no justification for why they decided to go after him at 6 o'clock in the morning. They don't seem interested in providing a justification. If you're living in the UK or Canada, then it's quite possible that none of this is shocking to you. You're used to this kind of thing. But if you thought that the United States could never descend into totalitarianism as those countries have, then what's happening in many states across this country should disabuse you of that notion. That's a very well-written article, in my humble opinion.
Yep. I mean, I would like to believe that there's got to be something other than some random posts, but who knows? At these, I don't even know it's reality anymore. So who knows?
Yeah. You know, we often say when we see these incidents that take down, unfortunately, a lot of times, as we've seen, you know, a young black male, you know, they were reaching for something in their car. They were reaching for something in their waistband. And it turns out they didn't have anything but a cell phone or a wallet. And it you know, it turns into a really shitty situation.
Oh, definitely. But I mean, the sad reality, too, is that, you know,
that cop doesn't know.
If you wait until you see the gun, it could be too late.
But what we always say in those situations is like, whatever you're thinking in that moment, stop.
Yeah.
At this point, a decision has been made, and your only job, take this up with the judge at a later date. Take this to a lawyer at a later date. File a complaint with your city council. File a complaint with your police department. What we do not do, and what needs to be told to everybody.
Fight,
I don't
resist.
care. White, black, Asian, I don't care. At that moment, your only job is to like, fuck, man. Boy, if these guys screwed this up, and I'm going to sue the shit out of them for this.
Yep.
It's not the time to fucking reach behind your waist. It's not the time to go for something under the seat. No.
Nope.
That's how you get shot and killed. And at that point, it's very, very, very hard for people like Troy and I to go, yeah, what did you expect was going to happen?
Sure.
What did you think was going to happen? You're just going to reach under your seat when the cop's telling you to show me your hands, show me your hands, show me your hands.
Yep.
And show you your hands does not mean reach under the seat. Yeah. At that point, the cop is going to assume
by the second
worst.
or third time when he doesn't see your hands, you have to assume there's a reason you haven't seen his hands. If he's not going to do anything, the hand should be visible, right? So by the first one, by the second one, by the third one, that's all you get.
Yes.
You know, and I see you reach. I'm not waiting until the gun's pointed at me.
Yeah,
I don't.
Some of them do, and what we see time and time again when you see training videos of this, and they will take it. They at one point cops took.
I'm not saying just open
Matters.
fire, 1, 2, 3, and just start shooting. But my point is like, why you shouldn't even be in that position in the first place, and they don't deserve to be in that position.
But those videos that they've showed us, where it's like, okay, tough guy, how about you, Black Lives Matter activists? You come on a fucking training session with us, and it's like, okay, just and go. Here's a guy. His hood's open. He's behind the hood. He's showing you his head. And you have to make a decision. Show me your hands. He doesn't. Show me your hands. He doesn't. And you're standing there. You've got your gun, but you can't shoot him because he's a black guy. And that would look racist. Boom, you're dead. And it's like these guys get fucking killed in 30 seconds every time. Yeah. And then they walk out of there almost shaken to the core going,
oh boy. I guess I didn't realize it was really like this. When push comes to shove,
it's sort of a little different than I expected.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Nobody has any right at all to pretend that they know how to walk in those shoes because you do not.
You do not.
You, present company excluded, sir.
Well, yeah.
One of the few.
Thank you.
One of the few that knows exactly what it is.
I will take your compliments, and you can thank me for my service at any time.
Indeed.
I appreciate that.
The accommodations are coming. Accommodations? No.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well,
hey.
Do we got a couple more minutes, T?
Yeah, because insurance.
Okay.
We all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasick from Wasick Insurance change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. So call Brent Wasick at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900 and ask for Brent Wasick at Wasick Insurance.
I'll kind of speed through this story because I did mention it early on.
All right.
And it's about
Give a teaser.
Yeah, and I don't want to leave it there because it's not fair. We do a lot of reporting on people that do stupid shit, and We talk about heroic acts of cops all the time. It's not fair when they fuck up too.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yep.
6 former Mississippi cops known as the Goon Squad.
Ooh.
Kind of a dope name though. I like.
Yeah.
Just on
its face, sure.
You know, I think Crips is a cool name. Bloods.
Yep.
You know, I mean, 6 cops running around calling themselves the Goon Squad. Mm-hmm. It's kind of dope.
Yeah, as long as I mean, it's probably not the best look for cops, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a secret club.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got a coin we all carry around with the Goon Squad logo on it and shit. You know,
All right.
And they, you know, it's like Goon Squad ready tonight. We got some work.
Right.
You know, and they kind of ran around as vigilante warriors and. Members of the self-called Goon Squad each carried a coin with the name emblazoned on one side, and the other with the Rankin County Sheriff's Office badge.
All right.
Probably not a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I mean, like if I was in that team meeting, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
let's not.
put
should we
the-
put our own face on there? Or should we put our name and address on there? What do you think? No.
Should we put the
our fingerprint
department logo?
Yeah.
I'd go, guys, you know what? I love the Goon Squad. I'm all in. I am all in on our squad. I love it. Love the Goon Squad. How about we put our own names on the coin and not maybe the department logo?
Yeah.
Just a thought. All right.
I want to differentiate yourself.
I'm outvoted
from the,
5-1 by the Goon Squad. You know? So they did. Lieutenant Jeffrey Middleton appeared to be the ringleader of the group. Of course, Jeff Middleton.
Wow.
Of course. Who couldn't see that coming?
Yep.
With his coin embossed with Lieutenant Middleton's Goon Squad.
Oh, well, yeah.
Boy.
That shows possession.
Yeah, he's taking control of the Goon Squad. Cops are potentially facing a sentence of 641 years and 2 life sentences in prison.
Holy
for
shit.
State and federal charges, as well as a combined $12.25 million in fines. You got the usual crew: Deadman, McAlpin, Middleton, Opdyke, Hartfield. You know, that's
It
the
rounds
Goon
out
Squad.
the half dozen, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as
The
far
dirty
as
half
we know
dozen.
those guys, the dirty half dozen. Yeah, it's not even a baker's dozen, half dozen. I mean, it's a legit half dozen in the Goon Squad.
Right down the middle.
Prosecutors say they nicknamed themselves the Goon Squad because of their willingness to use excessive force and then covered up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So they were
hands on
shit
people
kickers
in
for
such
real.
a bad way.
Such a bad way. They were targeted after a white neighbor complained. White neighbor. So, Mississippi, come on. It's 23. All right?
Can't we just be neighbors?
Yeah. And I know, look, I'm not going to blanket all Mississippians. But, so a white neighbor complained there's a couple of blacks staying at the home with a white woman.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Goon Squad, mount up! Tonight, we ride!
Middleton, Updike, McAlpin, reporting for duty, Hartfield, side. Goon Squad, mount up. They entered this property in Mississippi without a warrant, and they handcuffed Jenkins and Parker.
All right.
Jenkins and Parker.
Those are the colored guys.
These are a couple fellas,
Okay.
of a non-white color.
Fair enough.
The attack included a beating, with the use of a stun gun, as well as sex toys and other objects.
Oh, boy. Wait, they beat him with a dildo? Holy shit.
Jenkins and Parker took some slaps to the face with a dildo. I don't know if it was
That makes it
Updike,
better or
Middleton.
worse?
It's, you know. Now, was it a
Right.
hot dildo? Was it a black veiny dildo?
Believe me, it was a big black fucking cock. For sure.
Yeah.
No doubt.
McAlpin.
Obviously, we know what this chick's doing.
So,
No little white dildo's doing it for her.
no. You don't think she had a white rabbit out there?
No.
Just a little rabbit.
No.
Like, I'm going to fucking tickle your nose hairs with this, Jenkins, Parker.
No, she had a black one with a fist on the end.
Big old veiny fist. It looks like the Joe Louis.
We call it
looks
the
like
Malcolm X.
We call it the downtown Detroit. It's just a forearm with a black fist on it. McAlpin, let's see, which one was he? So was he? He might have been.
He was
Jenkins
one of the
Parker.
goons.
This is so
McAlpin's a goon.
he sounds like a goon, but it could be. But I don't know. And this article's written kind of funny like
Oh, yeah,
that,
'cause
where
it was
usually
like
they
Roberts
set the
and
table.
Jenkins or something like that. It was
Jenkins and Parker.
Parker. That's
Yeah.
close. Really close.
Yeah,
with
you did
Robertson.
good.
Yeah.
McAlpin was informed of the alleged break-in by the two men and asked Deadman to investigate. Of course, his name.
Oh, wait, they broke in? I thought they were shacked up with this broad.
Oh, yeah, but they claimed it was a break-in or something like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he then sent a message to the officers in the Good Squad saying, "Y'all available for a mission?" They got that text, and they're like, "Oh, fuck yeah.
Mount up.
Mount up. It's go time." He added they might have to work easy, meaning he was advising them to knock on the door rather than kick it down because of security cams on the property. Deputy Daniel Updike texted back a gif of a baby crying with officers kicking in the back doors of the house, which were not surrounded by cameras. Boys.
Nice workaround.
Of course, the guy's name's Deadman.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, they tell no tales.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't wear plaid.
Deadman asked the men, where the drugs at? So he's got a couple black guys there.
Yeah, right.
Where the
Automatic.
drugs at? And when the victims denied having any
They're
narcotics,
in the dildo.
he shot a bullet into the wall, demanding that they confess. They mocked them with racial slurs, including that word.
Which word?
You know,
I don't
the
know.
word.
What word?
The N one. With a haughty aw.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
boy.
And monkey.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's just piling on.
You know, this, by the way, yeah, that's unacceptable. But I saw the same thing like on Twitter today. People are like, you know, Trey Lance looks like a goddamn giraffe stuck in molasses back there. Like, okay, do you have to show your racistness by pointing to an African animal when you're talking about a black athlete? People are like, exactly. I'm like, that's how you took that comment?
Wow.
He does look like a fucking giraffe walking through molasses back there. It's like exactly what he looks like. Anyway, I digress. So this went on for 90 minutes. The slapping across the face with the dildos
for sure.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they're having a good old time with that one.
Updike, of course, Updike. You know, Officer Updike. He's traipsing through fucking drawers, finds himself the biggest, blackest, veiniest dildo in the world.
Well, what have we got here, boys?
Well, which one of you boys has been playing with this guy? Whap. Was it you, Parker? How about you, Jenkins? Whap.
What a shitty way to get beat up.
I know.
Handcuffed with a fucking big
smacked with a
black
dildo.
dick. Pow, pow.
Well, he gave it to Deadman, of course.
Right.
Deadman just starts smacking him out in the literally the most humiliating beating of all
Right.
time.
I can see the sheiks. Redo that video with a big old black dildo.
He used it to slap the men multiple times
See?
before threatening to rape Jenkins about it. I don't know how Parker got off so easy.
Oh, my gosh.
But he's
Wow.
talking about deep dicking Jenkins with this goddamn thing. They threw food items at him as they lay on the floor, forced him to strip naked and shower together to get rid of the evidence. Both men were beaten with objects around the house, piece of wood, kitchen utensil, metal sword, and then tased repeatedly. And what these cops were doing, they wanted to see, because they're not all from the same exact department. The
All
Goon
right.
Squad, you know, they're diversified a little bit.
Yeah. The cream of the crop from
From each
the
department.
Tri-County area.
Exactly. So they had a competition to see which departments issued more powerful tase guns. And they tried it out on Parker and Jenkins. Fuck's sakes, boys.
And
I don't know what the outcome of this was.
they do. I want to know.
I sort of do too.
Well, how do we get this part of the story and we don't know the answer?
Well, it's not like in court, someone in the jury, the jury has a question.
Yeah.
So which one won the department challenge on the stun gun power? Yeah, fucking Lieutenant Middleton's just got face and palm. He's just like, oh, fuck, man. Yeah, it was our department. It was our department.
Bogues. Oh, looking at me.
McAlpin and Middleton stole 2 rubber bar mats from the home and were about to steal a Class A military uniform. I don't know if that sounds like the best military uniform, a Class A
probably.
one.
Yeah.
You know, like
also
if you get
sounds
some-
like a fucking felony.
Yeah, it sounds like fucking stolen valor. You don't expect from a cop, by the way.
Yeah, you would hope not.
When they heard shots ring out, they L-word. That's a name.
I know. So good. Didn't we just come up with this one?
You did.
No. What I thought like there was another one like this the other day. It's very similar.
L-word shot
So close.
shot Jenkins in the mouth.
Is that what's that? Lesbian? What's the L word?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Lebanese?
lesbian, I think.
Right? That's a compliment now.
Elward, see, this is where this story pisses me off because this is confusing as shit. This is how shitty our job is sometimes.
All right, yeah.
Trying to decipher what this means.
We do the best with what we can.
You give me the full names of people involved, so I know. Okay, who was slapped with the giant black veiny dildo again?
Right.
Jenkins and Parker.
Deadman.
Got it.
And
Deadman. Who the fuck is Elward? Why am I just learning about Elward right now?
okay.
Seems totally relevant. You know?
Yeah.
But I know about Middleton's running the goon squad, and we've got let's see, McAlpin, Middleton, Updike, Hartfield, Deadman. Those are the crew, as far as I know. Who the fuck is Elward?
I don't know.
Why is he jumping in 3/4 of the way through the damn story?
What Elward do?
Elward removed a bullet from his chamber of his service pistol. Okay, so service pistol, that's issued by the department.
Yep.
Before firing into Jenkins' mouth, before shooting a bullet through his tongue and jaw. That's exactly how that sentence is worded.
Holy shit.
Before firing at Jenkins into...
Wait, took a bullet out of his and what did he do?
Yeah.
Like, hit it with a
Elward
hammer?
removed a bullet from the chamber of his service pistol. Did he remove the bullet by pulling the trigger?
Yeah, right? He
That's what
removed it
sounds
really,
like.
really fast.
Really fast. Like lickety split. Elward removed a bullet from the chamber of his service pistol before firing into Jenkins' mouth before shooting a bullet through his tongue and jaw.
That's a shit sentence.
It's a shit sentence, right?
Yeah, I'm more confused after reading it a second time.
Yeah. Law enforcement officials then plotted a cover-up, planning drugs and a gun. Middleton, of course. Fucking Middleton.
Yeah.
He keeps a gun in his car.
Well, you got to have the burner, for sure.
Yeah, he's got a burner gun.
Right?
While Deadman took...
Don't you know how to be a bad cop? You got to have a little fucking smack in one sock and a fucking an unregistered gun in the other one.
Well, what have we here?
Yeah, take it and shoot a couple into the wall behind you.
Catch! Fucking Jenkins. Of course he caught
Right?
him. So Middleton planted a gun he left in his car as a home. Deadman, you sick son of a bitch. He took meth from a previous drug bust and then went, it's Jenkins.
There you go.
Fingers Jenkins.
Yeah,
right there on the scene.
I bet he did.
Yeah. The officers disposed of any shell casings they could find and threw the men's clothes into the woods behind the house. They just leave them there nude. McAlpin and Middleton, the two highest ranking officers, threatened to then kill all the other goon squad members if any of them spoke.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, they're not fucking around, dude.
I mean, I don't think that's good business.
No.
I mean, you got to be all on the same team here. You can't be worried about. That's just.
Yeah.
It's the
You
beginning
can't have
of
snitches in
it's
the
the
goon
beginning of
squad.
the end, though.
Yeah. Well, honestly, if you've got snitches in the goon squad, what are we even doing?
Oh yeah. Well,
know.
I mean, you handpicked this crew.
Yeah.
There better not be any snitches.
Yeah. Yeah. If we can't keep our mouths shut,
Right.
our whole
You have
goon
the token.
squad-
You have the coin, right?
Yeah.
Right. That
You've
means
got
you're
the
not a
coin.
snitch.
Yeah. I mean, that goes without saying, though.
Right.
Like, that shouldn't even be need to discuss. It's like, well, obviously, our whole thing as the goon squad members is to go fuck people up and then deny it.
Yes.
So
Right.
having a chirper in the background on this squad,
Can't have it. Loose
unacceptable.
lips sink ships.
That's what I've heard. So,
Loose lips sink squads.
Jenkins was charged with disorderly conduct. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Assaulting an officer and drug possession. Oh, Jenkins is the guy that was slapped about the face
Yes,
of the dildo.
exactly.
So they round up Jenkins. They're like
about the head and neck
disorderly.
area with a
Yeah.
large black phallic symbol.
Assaulting an officer. Yeah, he wouldn't stop hitting himself in the face with my dildo. Fucking Jenkins, he kept headbutting my dildo.
Right.
I call that assaulting an officer. And drug possession.
So how did they get caught?
Parker was charged with possession of paraphernalia, disorderly. All charges were later dismissed. Probably fair.
Yeah, probably smart.
Their lies unraveled after one goddamn deputy admitted lying to the sheriff.
Don't tell me it was a member of the goon squad.
It had to have been.
What-
Who else?
And they're
would?
that's how they're going to leave it. There's not a name. Which
No, they didn't give us
snitch?
Updike. They didn't give us Middleton. They didn't give us fucking. They didn't even throw Elward in there. I'm assuming it was Elward, but I don't know.
Elward's the one who shot him. He's not telling shit.
That's true.
Listen, Elward's taking that shit to the grave.
Who do you think? McAlpin? Middleton? Updike? I mean, which one of these clowns is speaking? Hartfield?
I'm going Hartfield.
Hartfield does something
Yeah.
soft, doesn't he?
The weak link.
You know what? It was probably one of those things like barely got voted in. It was a 3-2
Yeah,
vote to
right.
get
We
Hartfield
needed
in.
one extra body for this job. You had to come in. Yeah,
You brought in fucking Hartfield. We all knew if anyone was going to sing, it was
Yeah,
going to be Hartfield.
we got turned down by 7 guys. You finally said yes.
Attorneys for Updike said the former officer has admitted his wrongdoing. Okay? He takes responsibility for his part in the harms perpetrated on Mr. Jenkins and Mr. Parker. Finally put a little respect on their names with the misters in front of it.
Yeah, there you
like
go.
that. It's a good touch. And is prepared to face the consequences of his misconduct. Both men filed a federal lawsuit in June claiming the officers illegally entered their home and handcuffed, kicked, waterboarded, tased, and attempted to sexually assault them. They are seeking what in damages, would you think?
Oh, boy. $400 million.
They are seeking $400 million.
No way!
In damages.
No way. I'm getting good at this. Holy shit.
Good job, T-Roy. I'm like, there's no
Unbelievable.
way he guessed 400 million.
I swear.
I got to say,
Oh, my goodness.
the injustice of the dildo slapping
Yeah, that's
got
where-
to be worth 100 million.
That's where I was starting to get to a
Right?
big number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's been in some lady's vagine,
this
some
one
guy's
above and
asshole.
beyond. This one above and beyond.
It
Yeah.
wasn't yours.
Yeah.
Here's, okay, Christy Wally, who's,
Who the fuck is this?
she was the homeowner.
Oh, the white chick taking
Yeah.
the BBCs?
No.
No. What do you mean no?
So it was Christy Wally's home. She said in February of Parker, he's a blessing. Every time I've needed him, he's been there. There were times I've been living here by myself. I didn't know what I was going to do. So it turns out she's disabled, and this black guy would come over there,
Help her out.
and help her with anything she needed, yard work, bringing groceries in. Like he's just maybe a deep thinking. I don't know.
Sure.
She didn't say. Christy didn't.
We're not
admit
taking
to
it off
that.
the table.
No. And he brought, I don't know what Parker's doing there, Jenkins, whatever, whichever one. So Parker is the blessing. Jenkins might be there for the fun of it. I don't know.
Sure.
And no harm, no foul, whatever. If Christy is into that, good on her.
So she was not there at the time, I'm guessing?
No.
Where the hell is she? She's disabled. Where the fuck did she go?
I don't know. They wheeled her down the street or something. Who knows? And this whole story is a bit suspect.
Right.
Jenkins still has difficulty speaking because of his injuries, with the gunshot lacerating his tongue and breaking his jaw.
Yeah, that'll fucking mess you up.
Yeah. Before exiting behind his ear. He should claim, like, dude, I was just about to launch my
Through the
music
tongue,
career.
the jaw, and out behind the ear, and dude,
Yeah.
just a lot of soft tissue in there, I guess. But man, look out.
Yeah. He should say, I was about to sign with a major
Yeah.
label. I was about to be the next fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Superstar singer. So, anyways, I thought it was important to do that story.
Sure.
Especially when
because we went way late.
Yeah. All right, let's do an email and get out of here.
Yes, sir.
So here's one that's been sitting around forever.
All right.
I should probably do it. Good for Ticketmaster. Jesus.
What?
T-Roy hit it right on the head. It's voluntary. Don't want to pay $5,000 for a ticket? Don't fucking go. Duh. Make your own venue and then try to book that Taylor Swift for peanuts. It's not a monopoly. You guys rail about stupid money, a crazy high amount all the time. These overpaid crybaby bitches like Lars can go fuck off. They're worth next to nothing as humans. Until we all boycott going to see these sports and musicians, nothing will change. So, don't want to pay $5,000 for a ticket? Don't go. Make your own venue and try to book Taylor Swift. Here's the problem with that shitty argument. It's not the artist. Now, if Taylor Swift was saying, I'm charging $5,000 a ticket, I would have no problem with that.
Nope.
Taylor Swift is charging a moderate $50 to $200 a ticket.
Yeah.
And then it's going
more
by the
like
time.
more 200 to 500, but yes, exactly.
Okay, 200 to 500.
Right.
That's way more reasonable than $5,000.
Of course.
Or $2,500 for the shittiest seat in the building.
Yeah, it was 10x on secondary market.
Yes. So that's the problem, dude, is it's not just about...
No, it's the secondary market, and it's the monopoly. It
Yep.
is because they've taken over all of ticket sales. So,
Yeah.
Okay, let's start your own Twitter. Who was that, James?
Yeah, of course.
James.
And it goes on and on. And
James, you're
he
better
posted
than
that for a
that.
while, but I think that's a silly argument.
It is.
And again, if Taylor Swift... when I saw Paul McCartney and the tickets were $200, and that was crazy at the time.
Yeah.
They were $200 a ticket. It was like, well, he's Paul McCartney. He's a living Beatle. If he wants to charge $200 a ticket,
Right.
fine. Whatever.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that. Now, Ticketmaster takes it and 10x's the ticket price.
But they're not.
off.
No, and again, they're not doing that. What they're doing is catering the market to the secondary market. They're
helping it.
They're manipulating the original sales so that the resellers get preferential treatment and get them, and then resell them through their site, and then they reap the benefits on the back end.
Right.
So they're technically
time
not
and time
doing-
and time again. Too.
Right.
It's a loop.
Exactly.
And so it just weeds out normal fans.
Yeah,
Is all
of
it
course,
does.
That's all it does.
You know. All right. With that, we'll call it a day. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I hope you found some entertainment in today's show. And with that, we'll call it a day. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see y'all then.